Go in.
Yeah, let's run it.
Ron, you have to do the introduction because Ron wasn't here last week and it was the weirdest thing ever,
It was
boys.
so strange.
Honestly, it was so weird, man.
It felt like
it didn't feel right, man.
he sent in a meme in our chat, and did you ever see that picture of like Master Splinter? Yeah. And he's like, he's there bringing him up, and then he raised him up. He was like that.
It was exactly like that.
You haven't been raised yet.
Do you know what it felt like, man? It felt like, do you ever have a nightmare? You know, you're doing like a leave insert or something, you don't know what the fuck's going on. It was like that, man. We didn't have a clue how to set up. We didn't know how the camera worked.
The exam paper and you've studied a poem or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't come up,
and you're just looking at the page. Yeah, mental.
Man. And then I had to introduce the shows like so or bar for bar, and then Kev starts talking about polar bears or something. Then I'm like, and I'm Mick, and then I'm bleeding someone else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, Ron, I feel like you're like the police or something, man.
We'll shush then. We'll let him do his thing then.
Yeah.
So on that note, welcome to Bar for Bar.
Good to have you back, Ron.
Thank you.
You already interrupted.
Thank you.
No.
We go again.
Ron,
Welcome
sorry.
to Bar for Bar Musical Conversational Podcast. I'm Ron.
You, Mick,
And where's Kev?
you won't believe this, man.
What happened?
Chap was playing ultimate frisbee, right? And he slipped on a used Johnny.
What?
Cracked his head open.
Wow.
Are you messing or like?
That's completely dead serious.
He's playing ultimate frisbee.
Yeah.
That's a vex sport.
That's a sick sport though.
Bro, it's a vex bro.
What's ultimate frisbee? I've never heard of
It's
it.
frisbee, but it's ultimate frisbee.
He made
Oh,
sure that
fair.
we did every single type of sport known to man.
Bro.
Do you know what I mean? We did American football. Next week we're doing tennis, and then next week we do badminton, and then next week.
In what school is this?
Permanic, fam.
That's mad. Playing American football in Permanic. That's crazy.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Sometimes we weren't out taking niggas out, but we still did it though.
Oh, yeah.
It was a tag team, but man was still trying to glide in from the side and take my knees out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
Like,
Wait,
you
so-
still needed to.
You're from Port Manic.
Swords. But I went to school for man.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring. Remember that whole thing that happened a few years ago in Port Manic at the beach?
Oh, the big knock.
The big knock.
See, there's many moments.
Kev was in that, wasn't he? Kev was there, yeah.
What you're saying there's many
No,
more?
there's many moments.
Bro.
Permanic is full of like, it's like if Scooby Doo was real, Permanic would be the base.
Permanic?
1000%.
What about On Guard, bro? On Guard is a freaky spot.
On Guard is so
Bro.
Have you been to On Guard though?
That's, you know what I'm saying? That's where they need a vigilante. Like they need someone to do this.
They need a hero,
Have you
man.
been to?
what's it like?
Yeah, because we had this
Well,
conversation.
I only see it on the bus.
We've never been. Only seen it on the bus.
Yeah.
It's one of them locations. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You live near it.
But it's one of them locations that you're like, you see it, but you never would stay on the bus that far to get there. You never would.
Like actual village is tiny, and like it's proper.
It's like
a Domino's, and there used to be an extra vision, and then obviously
That Duns looks fake though, bro. I went on the I went on the Google Maps, man, and it looks like Nuketown and College Uni, bro. Proper made of planks of wood, like.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
What?
during the movie, the interview, the Kim Jong Un.
Yeah. Fucking North Korea up there. Yeah? Jesus
It's
Christ.
like Donna Bait and all of those other places. You just like, it
The
doesn't
bus is
exist.
always wedged. Every single time. Always wedged.
It makes zero sense. I was chatting to a fella and he said he went into a cafe there and he said it was like Cat in the Hat. He said it was like Cat in the Hat, man, like Dr. Seuss.
On Guard's crazy.
Do you know the cafe?
Yeah, there's a little one on the corner.
So that's correct. Ah, Jesus, boy. On God.
Ah, so people have been to On Guard. That's great. That's
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that now. To be honest.
I'm really happy here.
guys.
I'm from Dunboyne.
Anyways.
And like, there's obviously not loads in Dunboyne, but there's an extra vision and a Domino's now.
There's an extra vision
Well,
now.
there was.
Okay,
So
cool.
like, if I ever, when we were younger, if I ever wanted Domino's or wanted to rent a movie, I'd go to On Guard.
That's crazy.
In the trenches, bro.
For the scenes.
That's crazy.
Jeez, I hope you had a weapon on you when you went up there, bro.
Let's introduce our people, shall we?
But yeah, bro,
Let's go.
we've got some special guests here come from the north side of Dublin.
You.
Made the hike.
Yeah, like a hike.
Run
Have to
that.
respect
Take the
it.
M50. Was there?
Nah. Google Maps told us there was loads of traffic.
Yeah, there was.
so-
Fair play to Google Maps.
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
I
did.
was on that
Yeah.
traffic from.
Bro, long
Yeah,
day.
this
fam.
fella.
I don't even know what it was. I was like, I need to see some flipped car or something. Like, I need something.
Flipped car.
Nothing like.
Bro.
We even got past the traffic to get into more traffic.
Bro, in more bro,
I was
man,
like,
the
cool.
M50 is a whole different,
I don't know.
ball game, bro.
Like, it's been like before. It was like a a concern, but now it's like, bro, what the fuck is happening? It's a question now, like, you need to solve this.
Bro, it's actually my pet peeve being in like at the M50 because you're stuck on like gear 1 and 2. You just stop and start, stop, start. You're literally like, nah, I can't do this anymore. I just want to go, man.
I remember. So I was on the M50 as well. 1 time, 2 times actually. I rarely drive on the M50.
2 times in your life.
Nah, hardly.
Maybe
Rob
maybe up to
surprised
10.
me.
Maybe up to 10. Maybe up to 10.
Man's going through back roads.
I stay within D8, D12, and D6. That's where
You
I
don't
stay.
leave anywhere
I know
else.
that's where I stay.
You got the leash the other time.
Well, yeah, but that's not the M50, man.
Yeah, it's not actually.
You know.
Alright.
But yeah.
Either
So like,
way.
I went to work. I was in Sandyford or whatever. And I dipped early. Like I dipped at 2 o'clock on a Friday. Friday, 2 o'clock.
That's pretty good.
Traffic. I'm just trying to get out and tell it.
Yeah, bro, it's a long day.
Bro, traffic for an hour.
Jesus.
2 though, 2.
I left at 2 on a Friday.
Fridays, yeah, people finish up early on Friday.
Normally
Even
it's
that
a 4.
earliest,
Yeah,
4, 3,
Yeah.
Even
four,
at 3,
yeah.
like, you need to be
Could have been a
doing
school
some
run, could it?
side
2 o'clock
like-
school run?
Nah, man, nah, man.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, man, that's Dublin for you. But boys, Dan, introduce our guests.
Let's
So
go.
we have probably, I will say,
Go, man.
she's probably the top shooter in the game,
Jeez.
in the scene. One of the top visualists
Hey, man.
in the game.
Okay.
The top?
Thank
I
you,
think
bro.
the top.
The top?
I think the top. You have Babygirlfilms.
Top 2, not 2?
Yup. Top 2, not 2. And we have also a man who's done so much in regards to helping her with visuals, helping her with create. You guys have literally been creating movies for like the Unify. I loved that rollout for Unify. It's crazy.
Yo.
Like there were films. Like I even chatting to the boys last night. There were scripts that were made to do that.
Class.
These guys brought them
Yeah.
out.
I
So we
love
have it
that.
listed as well. So we're blessed. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on. It's great to have
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for having us.
Nah,
Thank
we're
you.
so excited for this, man. So excited. But
First
yeah.
ever interview.
What?
First ever interview.
Really?
Stop.
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
honored, man.
Honored. We can do it.
That's nice, man.
I
That's
don't think of it
nice.
as an interview. It's just a chat.
Chat, but
Yeah.
still, yeah.
Still though.
Yeah.
We're too goofy to call it an interview. Chat about Ongar and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, that's hard.
Oh, but man,
But for real,
where should
though,
we start? We should start with this, man.
I want to ask,
Take
like,
it back, man.
but I also because we are Bad for Where, we're a musical conversation podcast.
Of course.
But I do want to ask because one thing that we've realized and we had a conversation about is that especially when it comes to being a musician or creative in this space, like visuals are so important. Like visually, like it's the thing that's gonna make you stick out from someone else. Where even now in this day and age of everyone can put out a video, everyone can put out a song and do different things in that manner. But it takes something to actually create something that actually lasts and sticks in
Oh,
people's
yeah.
minds.
Yeah, it stays around there.
When did you start, like, Nicola, when did you start, like, working with people? When did you even start picking up a camera? Like, when did that happen in your life? And then when did you start working within the scene and doing that for the people?
Would have been 2018.
Okay.
When I my first ever music video was with Fortune.
Nah.
And it was shite. Like, yeah. If you look back, it wasn't great. Like, I had no clue what I was doing. Like, the camera, like, I just got it for Christmas one of the years. Like, didn't even really know how to use it, to be honest. Like, was just going off a whim, and then like from there, like start working for Fortune, and then it's mainly from Instagram. Like, if you can grow your Instagram, and it's just about who you know. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I was going to college. I was doing a film course.
Okay.
And
Where?
in DBS there
Oh,
in
yeah,
town.
the musical. Yeah.
Yeah. So did that for like, I think it was 2 months or something, then I dropped out.
Yeah, they charge a bomb.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
literally
bro. They charge a
just
yeah.
was not worth it at all. Like, I mean, for the money I was paying, exactly. I was learning more on my own, going out and doing. That's the best way you can, and from YouTube as well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
tutorials.
Tutorials,
Yeah, they
literally.
saved
Yeah,
me, man.
for this you don't need a degree. Like, so many people that told me, no, you don't need a degree, because like if someone's coming to work with me, they're not saying, oh, do you have a degree?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
Especially
just
for
looking for
Airpoint,
your portfolio, your
Yeah.
work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so cool.
So yeah, it was 2018 to answer your question.
No, it's
That's
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen the movie Everywhere? Wait, what's that? Everywhere,
All at once.
All at Once, whatever.
Yeah.
But that team, so they're a bunch of YouTube directors, and they won the Oscar for best editor.
Jeez.
Yeah, I remember you
Crazy,
told me
yeah.
that, yeah.
They just learned everything off of YouTube.
Yeah.
No degree, no film school.
Tell
all
you,
off
man, it's the
YouTube,
best
man.
platform. Like,
That's class.
yeah.
But on music videos, I have a question there. Like Like I also make videos. I also do film and visuals and all that type of stuff.
Fair
yeah.
play.
But I remember growing up, I always used to watch a lot of music videos. That's like I'd be watching like
Yeah.
Wyclef Jean music videos, like Busta Rhymes music videos. And now I don't really watch music videos anymore.
Really, man?
Really?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like
I go on binges with it, man.
I hear that.
I think music videos aren't what it was back in
Bro,
the day.
there was a time where them
It's
things were you would literally live. You listen to a song and you'd live for what the music video would be like.
But hold on, it's changed though, because back in the day there was like millions of dollars pumped into it. Like Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. Is the other one where they're floating in space?
My
That-
mind went to Michael Jackson as well. Like
Bro,
he would have been.
Michael Jackson's videos.
Yeah.
Think like a music video was a statement.
Yeah, it was.
I think it still is, bro. No?
But there's
Not
no
to- not
way-
to that
not
element.
the same level of like like back in the day when people were like literally gather around in their homes to watch Thriller on MTV.
Yeah.
Like that was an experience.
But those were like mini films though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as well as it's not like that, but man, I think it's still very important, bro.
Oh, it's
I
important.
think it's important, but I'm not knocking down the whole industry of it. I'm just wanna. It's a conversation I just wanna have.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like back in the day, like I thought just music videos were, like it was part of the rollout. It was part of everything. It was like it was.
Goes back to
Oh, have you seen the new Eminem music video? Whereas now it's like the music video comes and goes, but it's not like
Do you think,
I don't feel like it sticks as much as it should.
Maybe
I
I'm
think
just a
there's-
freak, man, but I love the music videos, man.
yeah.
And I actually get excited
What's
for
the
them
most
as well.
recent music video you've watched?
Kojak's one that he just dropped, Bambi. It's actually class. Really cool shots. He's like in an ice rink. The part where he's lying down, he's like floating through it.
Yeah.
Kind of gets you in the fields a bit, man. You're like, this chap's
Yeah.
a lonely ice rink cleaner, like, do you know what I mean? I like that with music videos when it puts you in a certain
Yeah.
mindset.
And before that,
Before that, Jafaris breaking bread.
Yeah,
that was a
sick.
cracker, man.
Crazy
Sick
video.
video.
No, see, I actually do
Crazy
love
video.
music videos.
Crazy video.
like I
was a
watched
cracker,
the
man.
one most recent I watched is the one from Paris, Texas, right?
Oh, the bullet one.
I don't know. It's-
Where he shoots the bullet and it follows him.
No, the one I watched is it kind of goes in reverse.
Oh.
It goes in reverse and it starts off in an alleyway, right? And then it goes in reverse and they're rapping like normally, and then it kind of does a quick little cut, and then you realize they're in the studio and it's just a projection of the alleyway.
Oh.
Cause like, I like that because I think that's some crazy music. Video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you being more super creative with it. Whereas
Yeah.
like, it kind of reminds me of the music videos of back in the day.
Paris, Texas.
Paris, Texas.
But I think they're blowing up because of their music videos.
yeah.
I do think that, because anytime I see something about them, it's a clip from one of the videos, man. But that bullet man one is sick. It's like this chap shoots a bullet, and your man's like trying to outrun the bullet, and it follows him like for
Class.
ages.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all first person through the bullet. It's fucking deadly, man.
Yeah, that's class.
What do you
Yeah.
think? I'm trying to think. What you? Yeah, you.
I was
you
just gonna say.
yeah, you say run it. Run it.
It's like, do you know? I agree with what you're saying with music videos not having that like kind of it factor to it, but that's actually just down to us.
Yeah.
Because if you look at something artistic, even like the littlest things, like if you drew something, you showed it to me, so I just drew that. In my head, I'm like, I've seen 1,000 pictures like this before, but I'm not giving you the justice of actually looking at it as your art. Do you know what I'm saying? We're at a point where we're consuming so much knowledge and so many videos and so much music and so much art. You look at something that's has soul, has identity, has uniqueness, but it's like, oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're saying, oh, there's nothing inspiring, there's nothing innovative. There's something innovative. We're just not giving it the time of day because if it doesn't grab us within 0.5 seconds, we're skipping that video.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
TikTok for you
And
there,
that
yeah.
is literally where we're at
Social
right now.
media,
so like, someone like me or Nicola that's trying to make something that's, I don't know, 10 minutes long, imagine. And it's probably, maybe it's the best video I've ever seen, we'll ever see. But because we haven't grabbed you in the first like 20 seconds, you're like, skip.
It's dust,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
And now we're
That's
thinking,
bollocks.
how do we get engagement? Oh, let's make our video shorter. We're limiting our art just for the audience when it should be the other way around. Our art shouldn't be limited just because it needs to cater to a short attention span. Just start reading a book or something. Grow your shit out again. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, people on TikTok and it's lovely, but that shit is killing your brain over time.
Oh, yeah.
You're just
Speak on it,
skipping, liking. And you are getting used to a 30-second intake of just a rush of information. Like, you don't even get time to digest it. That's why you have niggas just watching shit on TikTok, being like, did you know the world was actually... And it's like, bro, where did you get that from? You know what I mean? Like, and the source would be like 30 different TikTok accounts. And I'm
Facts,
like,
yeah.
Well, unless it's coming from something verifiable, like not some nigga with a camera.
With a camera just chatting, bro.
You
That's
know what
like,
I mean? Some of them are educational. I'm not shitting on all of them. Some of them are educational.
boy, that goes back to, there was like a Netflix documentary that was about that?
Yeah, there's a social media.
It was a social media one where it literally said that like they literally are infiltrating of, well, this was like to do with like American politics, but even in general, they were like, there's propaganda with a lot of these things that you see of like they will force feed you certain information that will make you believe this, but then the other side are also being fed the exact same information, and it's like, who do you have an opinion? Who do you believe? Because you're seeing something like that literally face to face. So yeah, no, he's bang on.
Right. I just want to, excuse me, like piggyback off what you said there, is that like sometimes like make a video, you want to make a 10-minute video, but you know the audience that's not gonna sit there and watch it. And like as a filmmaker myself, I find it frustrating that I want to make this video, but it needs to be 60 seconds. If I go 64 seconds, I've lost them. The algorithm is not gonna bless me or whatever, you know. But and I think that's also if you can actually use that into music as well. Remember, you can listen to songs need to be 5 minutes long, 4 minutes long.
Yeah,
3 verses,
man.
Yeah.
3 verses on an outro and a bridge.
Jeez.
Now you're like, cause we're making music.
Maybe a verse.
Yeah, maybe a verse. Maybe a verse.
Maybe.
You know what? Speed that up. Make that 1.5 speed.
Oh man, that's a mad one that as well, isn't it?
Cause like there's one of our songs there where we're trying to mix and master at the moment, and I was to the boys, it's been 45 seconds and we actually haven't even heard the hook yet. We haven't even heard the verse. I'm sorry I'm putting you on the.
No, it's
yeah,
okay. It's alright. I'm
but
over
like-
it.
but
I'm
like,
over it. I'm
It's
over
a
it.
good song and it sounds
Yeah.
good, but already my mind's being conditioned to think about, okay, how's the consumer, how's the audience gonna listen to it?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get the streams if within 45 seconds they haven't even heard anything?
You do have to think like that, though. Unfortunately, I
But
think.
then you're saying you do, but then why are you really in this? Because look at it like this: like, I'm trying to make money, she's trying to make money, we're all trying to make peace.
Yeah.
100.
And a lot of us, we always say we're not gonna sell our souls, but selling your soul is as simple as I'm changing my art to suit this. 'Cause I know it's gonna make me peace.
Yeah.
That's fine, but just admit it in the moment, because next one that's saying it is like, oh, I'm just trying to like make my peace and feed my family. Okay, that's cool. You're selling your soul, like you are selling your art for money in exchange, and that's fine.
Can I ask you a question on that? Right? Do you think you can do a balance? Like, let's just say if you have a few that are short,
Yeah.
and then you have one that's, I don't know, let's say a 7-minute track or something like that. Like,
Do you think it could? Do you know?
because I feel like you need to play the game a little bit, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think you need to play the game, but you have to keep your integrity too. Do you know what I mean? Because I agree with you, man. If you just go full on, nah, man, my songs are like 20 seconds long now, whatever, I'm just doing TikToks, you have given in a bit, right? But I do think as well, like, I want to phrase this well, but it's sort of like, how do I say this? If you do enough of the small stuff, I feel like people will buy in, and then you can kind of go to the bigger stuff. Well, that's how I'm kind of telling it to myself, you
I mean,
know?
you have to get an audience first.
Yeah, man.
And
Because I feel
then go
exactly.
from there, yeah.
I feel like once the audience are in, they're like, nah, this is cool. Then you can kind of go for the longer stuff.
But that could be tricky then, because you could get the audience because they
They're like, you
used to
short
that.
stuff.
You're right, Nick.
Maybe
You
you're
know,
right, yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Good shout. No, it's a good shout to be
Do you
fair.
know?
I
Do you
agree
know?
with
I love that you say that, because I encourage a lot of people to do what you're doing. Just go get your bread, like.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just on one side of the river because I'm a very like fictional type of nigga. Like I like stuff looking like a fairy tale sometimes. So I like to be myself, completely unapologetic. You know, for me, I'm even like the fully, what's the word? I'm the kid you shouldn't have had. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the type of person where I'll say everything, do everything that you shouldn't do. Simply because it creates an invisible boundary around me, where it's like you can't come knocking, you can't come saying anything, you can't come doing anything just because you can. You have to respect that if you fuck up here, I could fuck you up. Do you know what I mean? Because realistically, if I come over to you and I know you're a generous guy, I'm like, oh, just swing us a $5 there. Actually, 50. Please. I'll get you back next Friday.
50. Man said a 45 jump.
Man can come and play with you because they know where
They
your
know
heart
what your
lies.
heart lies.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're coming to me and you know very well that if you start speaking like this, I'm gonna react like this. You're not even gonna entertain that. Do you know what I mean?
I hear.
So it creates an immediate respect for yourself. Although like people are gonna hate you, of course, but like if you can handle it, you can handle it.
Yeah.
For me, I just like you know, on the artistic side, I kind of keep everything to how I'd listen to another person's art. Like, if you had an album come out and I listened to it, I'm like, okay, I like what you did here. I want the same thing for my own music. Do you know what I mean? My own, any project that I'm working on. Because if I can't look at what I'm working on as a third person and be like, this is amazing.
Yeah, no, that's
You know what I
that's
mean?
yeah, bang
That's
on, bang on.
because like at the end of the day, like I could, you can make a milli tomorrow if you really like want. Okay, don't check me on that. But if you really wanted to, like you could go out and make stupid P's doing what we need to do, how we need to do it, and then that's okay, cool. Then we become all them. Who were all them guys again? Lil Pump and all them people that were there. You know, they got everything they wanted, and now look at them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, my kids are gonna know about J. Cole. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Michael Jackson, Kendrick Lamar. And why? Because they never, ever sold that art from. They just said, I'm gonna make my shit.
Hold on though. I have to cut you here.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar danced with the devil, boys.
In what sense?
He done a song with Taylor Swift, man.
So,
He danced with the devil, man.
Do you know what's funny?
Do you like that track?
Do you know what's ironic about that track?
Go
that
on.
was my introduction to Kendrick.
Stop.
I love that track.
Bad Blood.
I have serious, like, deep but very guilty love for Taylor Swift.
Really?
Very.
Oh,
That's
what's
the
the video?
first I heard that. What?
I don't say too much because it's like
Kept that.
It's
I kept
controversial.
I
It
can't be
is.
seeing that was 50s. I'm just like, you know what I mean? To me, it's like I look at
bro.
someone like Taylor Swift and I'm like, you're actually a cold artist. Like I can't say this out
Yeah.
loud, but you're a cold artist. Like, do you know
listen,
what I mean?
Taylor has her people. The one thing that I will respect from Taylor is that I know what I'll get from a Taylor Swift album.
Quite literally,
Is it for me? No, but I'll know what it is. So at least I'll be like, in regards to this, no, because this goes back to the conversation. In regards to it of, if I'm a firm believer with them on like, I would rather you just start with the music that you really want to make, and if people like it, people like it. Don't go and switch up and do things that you don't want to do, but you know it might get radio or attention. I've chatted to artists in our scene that have literally said they don't like some of the songs they make.
Interesting.
But they know,
couldn't,
but they know that they'll actually get radio play because it's a certain sound.
I couldn't do that, boys.
And that's what I'm saying. So this is what we're trying to like you can make certain films, you can make certain things that will appeal and that might be even trendy at a certain time, but it won't last.
Dan, can I ask you something?
It won't last.
You a Swiftie now?
No. I just said.
What's your favorite Swiftie song?
What's the name of that one where it was like
Low Story.
Is it Trouble? I think it's
I
Trouble.
knew you were trouble. Yeah.
You need to understand.
Ron knows the whole thing.
You might not
Undercover.
understand though.
Bro, come on.
This song,
Oh my god, bro.
MTV, turn it on. Tunes come, bro. My mom is in the next room. I'm screaming the lyrics. You would think at that age I had some mad break or something. Nothing, fam. Bro, the lyrics are just touching here, and I was like,
Bro.
no way.
Wow.
I will say that about Taylor. Sometimes her songs do hit right
Yeah,
there, bro.
boys.
Bro.
What's happening in
It's
life?
alright to admit though. Like,
changed.
Exactly
The
that.
lyricism,
Bro.
I don't know, like,
Bro,
like
Love Story. Listen to Love Story, bro.
because
that's the OG one.
That's
though,
the
isn't
OG
it?
one.
Yeah.
it's easy for me to take myself out of like I usually don't listen to this and really be like, okay, I'm a human being that's never heard music before. Let me just listen to this sound and like give it its moment. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, I don't listen to this music, but I can see the beauty in it. Do you know what I mean? And
I
that's
respect
how I
that.
feel.
I respect
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
fair,
how I
fair,
feel,
fair.
bro. I listen. Do you know I'm a mad metal fan, but let me not get into that.
Oh,
Really, eh?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like these things. People, I'll be like, I'll say it, and people be like,
yeah. People be like, what?
really?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Who
No,
do you
here.
listen to? How many songs you listen? I'm like, I'm naming them. Like, but they're not really like metal. I'm like, bro, they're metal. You just don't deem them metal because you think you're some underground metal artist. You know what I mean? Like, that man are trying to take away the joys of you just listening to music. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
A lot of the Taylor
happy you
songs
said
though
that.
are like very cinematic.
In
kinda
terms of the
songs,
videos
like,
or the
the
music?
the music, I
Yeah.
mean, like
The videos.
I can't think of her tunes, boys. I'm not gonna lie.
she has one called.
I can't. I can think of that one where she's doing a little.
Shake it off.
Yeah, think of that.
Shake it
Shake
off.
it off.
I hate that
What
one.
song?
That's
I hate that one.
That's commercial Taylor.
That's hold on. You know what? Wait. I have to say something, right? I'm gonna give a little disclaimer, right? There was once upon a time, and this fella called out the Swifties.
I did call it the Swifties.
Do you know what happened, right?
What you say?
His face.
I've never gone back on this.
No, right, but I have to tell you, that's why this is such a. This is like a bleeding switcheroo, bro. This moment. This is a historic Barker moment, right? Because, right, Dan called out the Swifties, right?
I called it
straight away
Taylor
the next day.
Swift. I didn't call it Swifties. I called it Taylor
Fair.
You
Swift.
might as well call out the Swifties.
Yeah.
fam.
You know what happened? He
Fam.
puts it on TikTok. Thing gets butchered, right?
Yeah,
Ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah, her
Bomb-
fan base
you
are
ready for this?
crazy.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
The
Go
thing
take
got
it.
bombarded, right, with negative comments. It was like, who's this guy? Irrelevant. Fuck you.
Yeah,
all this
irrelevant
bullshit,
podcast and all.
Right? You ready for
We're
this?
still here, though.
You ready for
We're
this?
still
You
here.
ready for this? It's got so much.
This didn't happen.
Bloke
This
turned
didn't
off the
happen.
comments. Right? Bloke turned off the comments.
didn't.
Wait, let me tell the
did not
story.
happen.
Let me tell the story,
did not
right?
happen.
Comments get turned off. The Swifties go another layer, boys. Report the video for hate. Gets taken down. And then,
got taken down. Video got
then
taken
you ready
down
for
for
this?
hate, yeah.
They hacked his Instagram.
No, they didn't.
They hacked his Instagram.
No, they didn't. They didn't hack it. Now he's lying.
They
Now
hacked
he's lying.
his Bro, you got,
I
there was,
got hacked.
there was crypto scams on his...
Bro, I got hacked off something completely different
Man,
that just
it
happened on that day.
Do you believe that?
It was not the
There be
Swifties.
I do
so
bro.
believe that.
It was not.
It was the Swifties.
It was not, boys.
Bro, you know if it was the
Everything
next
that
day,
happened from the TikTok, the live hate, all that happened. Now Instagram was just the same people around me also got hacked and done the same thing. It was not that. Was not it.
power
The
of
Swifties.
But not
this
only
is
got
just
him,
on
they
the
got his
same
family
day.
and his friends.
No, it didn't.
I thought you were gonna say they start commenting on your Insta and all.
No.
If they did, I would have loved that.
That would have
That
been
would've
now.
been
I'd been like,
brilliant.
okay, they're mad.
Well, hang on. Do you know what? Because Dan's in the line of fire here. I'm going to actually revert this. Ron comments on the video.
Yeah, he does.
And tags Dan's real page.
Yeah.
And jumps on their side.
Okay. No.
Because Ron's a massive Taylor Swift fan. He's like,
Wait.
you are. You literally commented under the video being like, oh, Dan, I don't know what's happening here. All Too Well is a banger.
Yeah.
You literally did.
man.
So, bro, you're done out here.
I'm playing the game.
You're done out here.
I'm playing the game. I'm like,
I'm playing.
You know what? Listen, bro.
I don't
listen,
even
man.
know that song, so
Listen,
like you
all
must
too
be
well,
a
me
fan.
neither.
so
Me
this
I'm
is
playing the
good.
game. I'm playing the game. I'm like, this is how you get them over here.
Nah, man.
Ron plays both sides, so he always winds up on top. That's what Ron's doing there.
Oh man.
It's the Swifties and the Barbs. The Barbs you don't want to go
And
up against.
Barbs are vicious.
Is that Nicki
and
Minaj?
Beyonce.
Yeah.
And
They still
Beyonce.
going?
I feel like
The Beehive.
The Beehive's crazy. I think the Beehive.
okay. Should we? I could test them right now. Like,
Let's
Run
test
it.
him.
Run it.
Oh, we... You don't want your TikTok in.
Let's test
I
him.
love Beyonce, so I hope that someday, pray to God, that I get to be in the same room as her. So I'll
run it.
actually
No, run
restrain that I rate Beyonce heavily, but I just feel like the Beehive as a whole. I'm like, if I look at fan bases that are vicious, Beehive used to be. Maybe back
Yeah, it's
around.
not. But she's there.
Maybe around when Halo was popping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you would see them in real life too. This wasn't online on. No. I was meeting Beehive members in real life. So
chat,
these ones,
chat.
they were vexed. But now it's just more like, if only somebody kind of says anything about Beyonce. And even then, they kind of do something. But Swifties is 24s. To this day, they're still making, I don't even know what they're doing behind the scenes, but I feel like they're planning something mad against Kanye, fam. Every single time, every time I see a post about Kanye in any capacity, there's at least a small section.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift did this for you. Taylor Swift did that. You are a piece of shit. I'm like,
Saying
bro.
Taylor made Kanye famous is
But
crazy.
you know, I love that though because
Can't
the
say
delusion
that.
is actually amazing. Because I'm like, bro, if you could be this delusional, you can be this motivated.
Bro,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
facts,
these are
facts.
niggas fighting for it, like in the name of delusion. You need to understand that. That is real motivation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to go to where get my P's, but these men are saying, this is a lie. I know it's a lie, but I'm still pushing it. Do you know what? Do you know what I mean?
But
Like,
you know, Americans right now, American Swifties are spending €1,000 to go see Taylor. $1,000 to go see Taylor.
Serious?
Yeah.
She's coming here too.
Yeah, her her Era tour. It's generating $1 billion.
I think that was the same with the Renaissance tour, no? There was like around that type of money people paying for
They're
Beyonce
mad
as well.
tickets.
and you know what it is with Beyonce? I feel like a lot of people realize that the older she gets, the less she'll perform. And it's like, this is my time to see Beyonce.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was the same thing for me with Kendrick when he came. I was like, I've been a fan of this guy for years, and I kept telling myself,
How many years now? 5, 6? Because like
When did Bad Blood
Bad
come
Blood
out?
came out.
It came out 2015.
Yeah.
is I listened
That's
to Bad
all
Blood
right
in
then. That's
2016.
People butterfly area.
Actually, you're right.
That's
you're
okay.
Yeah.
And
That's
do you know-
okay.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
And
okay.
See, I'm still like, I'm not a youngin, but I'm a youngin, like, because at that time, I was like, what, 15? Do you know what I mean? So, like, realistically, because keep in mind, I was coming from a very reserved home. The only thing I'd heard was Kanye, and I was American Boy, and I heard that once.
Yo, I love that track.
On the TV, never
That's a
again, do you know what I'm
track,
saying? So it was like Kendrick and J. Cole, and we'll say even a bit more of Kanye was like my proper introduction to like hip hop and rap. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that.
So like I listened to Bad Blood and I was like, okay, this Kendrick guy, because keep in mind I was like, he had his verse and everything and he was cold, but compared to what he has, that verse was, you know what I mean? It was just let me get my money. So when I listened to Damn when it dropped, because I was in Nige, my cousin was playing it, I was listening to this, I was just like, what the, this guy's cold, like this guy's cold, what the fuck? I started listening, and then, you know, at some point, I think every guy has it to a degree where you listen to something so much, you like something so much, if it's a movie, a song, a football player, whatever it is, and you can quite literally start to shift your character in terms of that song, album, character, whatever it is. So like, I listened to Damn and I started singing like this, and I would just speak and then pause. And then continue speaking like I did something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Man was like, I've been going through something.
and I was like,
Be afraid.
But that's why I was like, music like that. From that's when I knew for myself
cold.
if I ever went into, because at that point I was still doing I'm gonna go pro with football, and then the knee. You know what I'm saying? The knee.
The knee injuries, yeah.
Ah, man.
It's taking the best of us. Even
Like
Dongo.
it's still tough for me to talk about it, but.
Yeah,
Nah, on the real, it wasn't even a knee. I wish it was a knee problem, but it was one of those. My marriage was like school.
You said what?
She just said school.
Your mom. I
School.
thought you said marriage. I was like, yeah.
No, I said marriage. See. So I'm so sorry. I have some very weird lingo. So I'll say some stupid shit that actually makes sense to me, but it's just gibberish. So it's like I can explain at any point. Because I marriage is like I just thought it was a known thing, but I realized only me and like one other person.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? But she was like school, and I was like, yeah, I can school and football, innit? And she was like, no,
from school. Yeah.
And you know the thing is, she's the one paying for football.
Okay.
So when I said, no, I'm still gonna play ball. Which club am I going to? Do you know what I'm saying? Where? I could go on backyard and then play ball. I'm not paying for no club. So like, it was peak because after that as well, I seen bare man that I knew from pro. Leicester City Charles here. I was going to West Brom. Next one, bro. It was even one of them ones where man. I was just looking at everyone around me, and like it's the toughest as a kid because like you keep asking yourself, what if, and then you start getting really angry because when you start to believe that could have been you, then everything else just becomes fucked. So for a long time, it was like many years of just like, what the fuck do I do now? Because now college is coming. These men ask me, what am I gonna do in college? Me knowing I didn't even want to touch college, I still had to like, you know, find something. So I did my college course. I did it 4 years. It was cool, nice, you know, stamp of approval. Alright, but now I'm in a zone where I love music, and I love what I'm doing with Babygirlfilms, and I love what I'm doing with Family Ties. But it's like, I'm always looking at football like that could have been.
That could have been.
Niggas like Drew Bellingham piss me the fuck off. Like I love that for you, bro.
Yeah,
Real Madrid, bro.
yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah, but how young they are as well. It's like
especially
Do you know that one's from? 20 years old.
20,
Don't go, no,
bro.
he's still 19. Still just going 20. 130 M's from, just like that. God knows what he's making a week.
For kicking ball, bro.
Crazy. I don't know if you got the realization when you play FIFA and the people on FIFA are younger than you. Just
Well, yeah, playing with like Gabby and them, man, and they're so young.
like but Nicola,
I want to ask her a question.
tell me
Let me ask her a question. I have a question. I've been thinking this for time. I want to ask her this question.
one at a time.
So one, where does the name originate from? And then two, what are your musical influences? Like what are people? Who are people people that you listen to and you like? Because I remember I chatted to your brother actually, Raf. And I remember asking him like, who's a musical influence that actually inspires you in some way?
Raf?
Do you know Raf? Yeah, Raf's cold, man. Raf's a shooter, bro.
No, bro.
Raf, you
cold. You already know that.
Shout out to them, honestly, yeah.
Shout out to them and Raf and OJ, man. That's a
What duo?
Mad duo.
Suarez and Messi from.
So I remember asking him, and he was there saying that Travis Scott was such a big influence for how he does things visually.
Wow.
And I was just like, man, that's so sick. So I'd love to hear for you as well. Like,
The name came from, it was a nickname growing up from aunties.
Oh,
They used
baby
to,
girl, is
hey,
it?
baby girl.
Ah,
They'd always
okay.
say it to me. So, yeah, I had this notepad and I was just writing names, and I was like, nah, that's too cringy. That's shit, you know. And then just one day I wrote it down. I think my auntie had just come to see me, and she said it to me, and I was like, actually sounds kind of cool, you know. And then I think I just actually got fed up of like going around names. So I was like, do you know what? I'll just go with this. And once I changed the name, because I had an Instagram before that, and it was just I'd post like the odd photo on it. Changed the name like officially, and loads of people kind of messaged me being like, that name's sick. I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Love that.
So just stuck with that, yeah.
But it's mad because does that like stick? Do you know like your name? It just sticks with you. Like there probably are people who call you like, oh, that's Baby Girls. They don't even like Baby Girl films. They don't even say that's Nicola.
Yeah, just even there yesterday, like I was at a shoot, and like the amount of people that come up to me, oh, you're Baby Girl Films.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know how, because I don't put my face on the page. You know, I don't know how they know me to see or whatever, but it's still sick, like obviously. But yeah. So they sometimes do call me Nicola, but more time it's Baby Girl Films, which is an honor, you know.
Yeah,
Nice. Love that.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
In terms of musical influence, though, growing up it would have been Michael Jackson. I was a crazy Michael Jackson fan. Still am.
Love that.
His videos are.
Favorite song.
Favorite song, really?
Favorite song?
Yeah. Or give me three. Yeah. Give favorite song. Give us a few. Name some.
From Michael Jackson?
Yeah. Top three.
I'm gonna judge you heavily too. Because you
On
need
the
to
spot.
understand, like Michael Jackson is that guy, like so.
Okay, first one, Human Nature.
Nice.
It was in my head. It was in my head right
Number
in
two.
my head.
You number
See,
two?
that's
No,
not
number
fair
two.
because
We're gonna play some of these.
the
We're
meaning
gonna
of the
play some
song
of
puts
these.
it on that pedestal already. You know what I mean? So it's hard to be like.
It's a deep one.
Second one, Rock With You.
Oh, come on!
We're 2 for 2 right now. We're 2
And
for
you
2.
know, have you seen the videos of these? The video. Oh, cool.
Rock with you, just the background. Just the
back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
suit.
yeah.
Oh, keep going.
Cracking.
Third one, The Way You Make Me Feel.
Yeah.
Nice.
I respect
See,
it.
now I know the type of listener she was, and that's she liked the Michael Jackson that was like sweet voice, like. You know
See, I used to do
Yeah.
dancing. I used to do dancing,
Sweet
so
voice.
like,
Okay,
yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense. How long did you do dancing for?
Just through primary school, man. Like I think 3rd class to 6th class or something like that. I did break dancing. You know, I was cool like that. Yeah, but like you remember the Michael Jackson game on the Wii?
Yeah.
Walker, like
Bro, the weave.
all day, every day. Like
Michael Jackson was on rotation for every
You
dance
and
club.
Jimmy, a man from Super Bro.
Bro.
Someone's yeah.
Listen,
them
what's
days,
give me your 3 Michael Jackson songs?
Go on.
Beat it.
Beat it number 1, yeah.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
the guitar.
You need to understand.
Yeah,
Eddie Van Halen, right?
Has a point.
That's the
Oh,
type
I
of
actually
song
want to
that.
change mine. Sorry. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? You see what
The
I'm
way
saying?
it
yeah?
opens, man. Yeah.
Because it's just like that type of song for me. I would think there was like 60 man working on that type of song.
Facts. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Just
that big.
Michael, just Quincy.
Bro, did you hear about the opening part of it? Apparently it's a sample. I only saw this the other day, yeah. It's from like some really old record. This guy was showing it. The start of it, just the opening notes, is actually a sample. It's slightly sped up.
And it's crazy because at that time in music, you'd be like,
You
oh,
wouldn't
they made all of
see
this just for me.
samples.
Do you know what I mean? Because like I felt like sampling really became like a big thing like later on, like after Michael.
A lot of people hate on it. Like a lot of people claim
Bro,
it's
I
not
know.
real music.
I think I don't know if I could be wrong, but I think it's the Gorillas that were like sampling is cheating, and I was like, bro,
Gorillas are crazy.
Did you see though, one of their tracks is literally off a Yamaha stock keyboard. Did you see this?
What one is it?
I think it's Clint Eastwood. You know,
Class, yeah.
Like your man literally, I think he's with Zane Lowe, yeah, and he goes, yeah, what's this? Presses the stock keyboard and it's the exact melody. And Zane Lowe's just like, what the fuck, man? He's like, yeah, no.
I love Zayn.
it's crazy. It's crazy because like these man will do their own tutu in the background, and they'll be like, oh, but that's cheating. It was the same thing with autotune. People are like, don't do autotune. That's a bit weird. Nah, you're messing up music.
That was the
Bro,
X Factor's fault, though, wasn't it? The X Factor ruined
a
that.
lot, and even you look at people like T-Pain, because a lot of people like say 808s and Heartbreaks opened the door for autotune. No, it didn't, fam. It was a great album and it did its thing, but T-Pain did that. Do you know what I mean? People were trying to say it was Kanye. Kanye did his thing, but autotune was T-Pain, fam.
I agree.
He
You know what I mean?
started, but
I
Kanye made
started.
it sexier, though.
But like that's the thing. It's like,
Bro.
why
I'm
take
gonna
away
shut this all
from?
down right
they
now.
made it seem like Kanye made it.
No,
and
okay,
brought
that's
it
not
to
true.
life.
No, that's not true. If you ask, no, you need to understand.
No, I'm hearing you, but I don't. It's not true that Kanye made it.
Oh no, yeah, no,
Yeah, I
of
agree
course,
with
we
you.
know it. The
Yeah,
average
we know,
person
yeah.
would be like,
But
Yeah,
Kanye,
you know what I
Kanye
mean?
made the most mainstream album.
With it.
With it.
I agree with that.
true.
T-Pain used it for his career and has albums before 808s and Heartbreak, but T-Pain has never been on the Kanye West
Kanye
level.
West level, yeah.
I mean,
they
is that
trapped together
because
Good
is that
Life.
because he stuck to?
Good Life
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a banger, yeah.
Is that because he stuck to his identity? Because you look at it, he never changed. Because he used to talk about how bear man in the industry were like, change what you use,
Yeah, he
change the
did.
drums,
He did.
change how you do this, change how you do that. He said you wouldn't have gotten like half my discography if I did that. For
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I look at him keeping true to himself and what that cost him. Because he was like, bro, he probably missed out on God knows how many opportunities just because Irish just said, yeah, I'm not fucking with T-Pain. Why? Oh, auto-tune.
Did you see that video? John Marie goes onto his Instagram
And he looks at the
his
requests.
requests.
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's not Fergie."
Yeah.
There's like all
and
these
you know,
people.
and you know what's crazy?
He's a cracker, man.
I look at a nigga like that. I'm like, he's just like me. Because I'm just like, bro, nobody be checking requests. You know? yeah.
Nobody
Like, if
be
you're
checking
trying to work,
requests
email
still.
me.
Bro, it's
my
always
number.
spam.
Like, text me on my number or something. Like, man was sending a DM. Like, I was even thinking, I thought, like, in my head, like, celebrities would have, like, numbers or something they just communicate. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be true Instagram. Instagram was just there to get their bread and dip. Do you know what I mean? They actually communicate through some other means. Nah, these man just be DMing each other. I'm like, bro, this man missed out on bare DMs, verified everywhere. I was like, man. Now I know that requests are an important thing because ever since then I was like, bro, I've been checking my requests like once a week, like just to make sure. Like,
I'm
you know
once
what I
every
mean?
like 2 or 3 weeks. And then sometimes you do see a nice request, you're like, okay.
Yeah,
it's
you know,
rare.
this is why I
Oh,
check-
sorry, I don't check my request, but yeah, I'm still interested.
You know what I'm saying?
It's rare though,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
Soon, Mike. Soon.
Thanks, Ron.
Soon.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What's your favorite music videos?
Come on. That's the question I'm gonna ask.
Oh, you go first. That's
One.
That's, oof.
Of all time, like,
Do you know what? Like, I'd like to hear one, but if there's a couple, throw them in.
Yeah.
I could give you like a circling tree.
Let's
yeah,
go.
you go, because I have to think about it, honestly.
You see how much like I can give you a circling tree, I can give you the meanings, but some of the meanings are very like, do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Stop trying to be God number one.
Yeah,
Whoa!
And you know why?
crazy.
Because the meaning, because I was doing. Can I be explicit? Well, it's not really explicit. See, I don't really care. It's just some man at home are like, oh my god, you do that. Yeah, I was doing some acid, and that shit was cold. Like, I highly recommend, by the way. Obviously within comfortable and safe surroundings. So, you know, and I'll never forget it as well. It was just Smithfield actually, and I was with my wife. You know, shout out wifey. And she looked at. Keep in mind, this was one of the worst days ever. Fam, it was raining. It was just shit. 24 hours. Like the day itself.
We're on acid in the rain, bro.
We were inside, but I was like, I went outside a few times because the rain on acid is vexed. It's vexed. Like that whole conversation. Yeah, trust me, it's vexed. But
Yeah, man.
we were inside and we were watching a few music videos, and I think she put on "Stop Trying to Be God," and we were watching it. And keep in mind, I've done acid already. This is her first time, so I had to convince her. I was just like, shit, like I'm trying to do some acid again. She was like, no, and I was like, still half. Like, okay, and we did it, innit? And then she's watching Stop Trying to Be God. I'm watching it too, of course. And I'm deep in my own meanings and whatnot. And then she turns around to me. She goes, "This man's a genius." I said, "Why?" She just breaks down the whole video to me. And apparently, like, from her understanding, like, the video was like, because he's like amongst sheep.
Yeah.
And the video's kind of meant to depict him and how he feels to, like, the outside world. And the reason why Kylie was in gold and everything was he felt like that was the only person that got him. Blah, 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 blah. She started explaining more. Some of the stuff I don't remember. Sorry. But in the sense of the moment, I looked at that and I was like, I can't look at music videos again the same. Because I was looking at, like, oh, the visuals are nice and this is nice. I'm trying to tie it in terms of the music itself and whatnot, but like sometimes it's not even about that. Sometimes a video can just have its own separate meaning from the music itself. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was number one, and I think number two is This Is America, because at the time it came out,
Yeah.
it was
Solid
do
pick.
you know what I'm saying?
Solid pick, yeah.
And you need to understand, I was in secondary school at the time still, because like I think it was 2019 May, if I'm not mistaken, because I was finishing. Yeah, I remember I was finishing secondary school. I kid you not, fam. Every like person that like just wasn't black. Have you seen that video?
But don't comment. What do you think of it?
What you think of it?
Yeah, did you see the part where he had Jim Crow? Yeah, you seen that? Oh yeah. But you see the part when they like, yeah. Oh, did you see that other part? Yeah. And it's like they want to know about the things they don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
But they slightly want to like ask you. It's like, did you see that?
Did you? Yeah.
What did you think about that? Man?
Yeah.
Oh, at the very end we get chased, but like, what did you think about? And I'm like, bro, just say it, like, do you know what I mean? But also don't say it because it's kind of annoying. Because I'm just like, bro, just watch the fucking video.
Watch the video.
It's actually for you.
It's literally for you.
It's literally for you. Watch the
Yeah,
video and
Don't-
enjoy the video, and then like we can have a conversation about it, but like properly. Because man, just love asking questions just to ask questions. Don't ask questions. Ask questions. Real talk. That's stupid as fuck and it's annoying. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna ask a question, just ask it with the intention of getting an actual reasonable answer. You know what I'm saying? Not at anybody. It's one of those things where it's just, you know what I mean?
Respect
Like,
it, man.
a
Respect
lot of
it.
people like doing that. But like, I'd say the last one, I just changed it down in my mind. It's Katy Perry, Dark Horse. And the only reason
What?
yeah, 1000%. You need
Is
to
that the
understand.
The Egyptian flow, yeah.
1000%.
You need to understand the moment, the timing. I was like, Juicy J is cold.
Yeah.
His verse and yeah.
And the fact that Katy Perry made him look like just another rapper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the whole video, everything about it just was like, it was vexed to me because I'm like, yeah, this is definitely some satanic shit, but this is crazy. Like the visuals are mad. Like, do you know what I mean? So that's my top three. Like, just
Solid,
walking
solid.
around.
Class,
Solid
man.
tree, man.
Do you know what I mean? You can see I like elaborate stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I
I
can
like
see
things
that,
that are very like, nearly too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I always used to hate how people try to limit how you did anything. It's like, oh, there's too much of this, there's too much of that. There's only too much because your opinion is saying that. Realistically, factually, there is not too much of anything. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's up to you, man, to
Yo,
be
man.
reasonable with.
Love that.
Just to recap, so we have Stop Trying to Be God by Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I love that you picked that number one, man. Because that doesn't actually get its respect.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
The song and the video doesn't at all. And I
Fair
really
play.
hope it does eventually, but it's just one of those, like, yeah.
That song
real
has
ones
Stevie
love
Wonder
it.
on it.
Yeah, playing the harmonica, yeah.
Number 2, you have This Is America by Childish Gambino. And number 3 is Katy Perry's
Dark Horse.
I would have never thought
That's
you'd
a
say that
s-
one. What?
I just,
Yeah, that was
do you know what was an honorable mention when I watched,
Yeah.
swapped it out, switched it out?
California Girls by Katy Perry. Man, that's a cracking video, bro.
That's a 10 out of
The
10
little
video.
ginger man and all. Yeah, man. I remember watching that in school, man. I was like, what the hell is this? She's in the clouds and all, bro.
Snoop
was-
Dogg
Snoop
and all.
Dogg, yeah, with
Snoop
the
Dogg and
ah,
everything,
man.
I was
yeah.
actually going to say Element by Kendrick. But the only reason
terms
I
of how it's
swapped-
shot,
and you
yeah.
know what, the only reason I swapped it out was only because when I understood the meaning behind Element and the references, I was like, okay, that's nice, cool. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt like I liked not knowing what this meant. I would say this just looks crazy.
Is that the
And
one
I-
where he's fighting?
Yeah, it's the one.
fight,
It's the
yeah.
one where every time I think it's on the chorus. He just beating some.
He's
just
slapping,
absolutely
yeah.
slapping, and then there's a lot of shots in it that were cold, and like just everything looked so sleek and beautiful. But I was like, nah, Katy Perry. You know,
I respect him, man.
do you know what I mean?
The
What's
shot-
the better video though in that from that album? What's the better video? Element or DNA?
Element easily. DNA was cold because of Don
DNA is
Cheadle.
cold because of Don Cheadle.
But that's the thing.
No, it is
Yeah,
not.
no, yeah, I'll give you
Do you know
that.
what I mean? Like so for me, especially when I direct so many things, it's like and someone who can really, really act is a blessing.
100.
Because all I have to say is do this and do this and do that.
do it.
and action, and
Ah,
stuff.
boys, we're forgetting loyalty. That's a great music.
Loyalty's
Oh,
a
boys, I'm shocked that no one has said humble yet. The music video, boys, the music video for that was top.
And you know he's not wrong, but because
He's
of
not
how
wrong, because it's
how
just how-
commercial Humble
Yeah, I
Gang
hear
is.
But no, wait,
It
wait,
was-
boys. If that song wasn't as big as it was and you saw that video, can I say one thing, right?
Yeah.
You know in the music video, it was like, hey, that shit way too crazy. Hey,
and
what?
the camera's changing.
He's
No, I
the
see it.
first
Yeah.
person. He was the
Yeah.
first person I seen to do that. And now
In
you see it in
fairness, yeah.
so many videos.
That's very, very
Yeah.
true. Because
that
I remember. No, because 2017, you have to understand, we just came out 2016, so everybody was on there. Oh, fun vibes, and you know, Calvin Harris had Summer and everything.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
everything was perfect.
Perfect.
2016. So we come out that, and it's like it's 2017. Everyone's like, how do we even continue that?
How do we continue?
How do we continue? So do you know what I mean? So we got Kendrick, got Love Is Rage 2. We got. We definitely got a lot more music, but it's just blanking in my head. But technically, Love Is Rage 2, Damn. And when Damn came out, and this is when I just started listening to Kendrick a lot more, I listened to Humble and I watched the video as well at the same time. Videos for me, the first thing, just seeing what's that camera angle where it looks like the world is like
360.
Shoots up, yeah. He's on the bike. Yeah,
And I
it's
was like,
class,
crazy.
man.
I seen that and I was like, that was my first time seeing that kind of angle.
Dizzy Rascal done that first.
Yeah.
Oh, he
did.
Bonkers.
And you know what's crazy?
And that's a
I
cracking
seen
video.
the video, but them ones where you were too young to even deep
Deep anything.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. Well,
So when I seen it again, I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy because you're able to kind of deep the angle and deep like, just the technicality that goes into that. And I was just like, off that alone, I was like, yeah, this is a crazy video. And then mainstream media found it. Do you know what I mean? And it was nice.
man.
Humble is still a great track.
Still a
man.
great
It's just
great
like-
video.
For
man.
me though, it's the video more than the track. Like I'd rarely stick on Humble as a tune, like it's good. But I go onto YouTube. I remember when I got the new TV and the Gaff Boys, right? Sat down, I just do you do
I
the
do
same
it all the
thing?
time,
Man,
yeah.
I just rallied YouTube
Yeah.
straight away. Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal. That was the first thing I played.
Fair.
The next thing I played was Humble, man. I
That's
love that
crazy.
video. I love that video.
That's such an interesting mix.
Have you not seen the music video for Smooth Criminal?
No,
bro?
I have, but like just from going from that to like, as a song, I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah,
just
yeah.
changed.
I was just
Yeah.
looking at it. I was like, class.
Nicola, what's yours? You've had plenty of time. I want to hear this. I want to think. Let's go.
Solid tree though, bro.
Great
yeah.
tree. Great
Yeah,
tree.
well done on that.
See, I'm gonna go bring it back. I think my favorites are from when I was growing up.
Right,
I used to
cool.
listen to a
Well,
lot of rock music and rock music videos, but you know the Californication.
Oh, with the video game?
Yeah,
I always
video
wanted to play
game.
that video game, man.
That just blew me away as a
That's
kid. I
cool.
was
Yeah.
like, that's sick.
That's a deadly
A
one.
lot of the Gorillaz ones as well with the. See, I was kind of into cartoons, I suppose. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, cool,
the
yeah.
Gorillaz with the animation and all that. Obviously, Michael Jackson as well. Smooth Criminal, come on, like.
Man, do
I
you remember
mean,
the way?
come on, like-
That's how you start a video, man. He walks in, flicks the coin,
Yeah.
goes through there into the
Yeah.
jukebox. Bow!
Yeah.
Man. Go with like.
Speaking of animation, I'm
Oh,
not.
wait. Just one more.
What?
She
She
mentioned
said.
three.
Was that three?
True,
Like,
yeah.
Do you not do past master honors?
Personally,
my
I would
God.
never have
Oh
that.
my god.
Continue, Ron. Continue, Ron. Continue. It's alright. It's alright.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's alright.
You're looking at say foundation, man.
Oh my. Anyway, yeah.
Keep going,
yeah.
man.
So what
Keep
we gonna
going.
say?
I just about passed higher maths, man. What was it? H7?
Play, bro. I
H7?
didn't do that thing. I
Oh,
was
Chance.
yeah. Mine didn't know.
Man, I dropped down on the day of the
extra
exam.
45 points I don't need.
Yeah.
On the day of the exam, I dropped down.
Fuck that.
You see, the thing is, on the day I was going to, but I kind of said, nah. If this gamble pays off, I'm going to be
Fair.
too vexed with myself.
yeah, here.
And I'm like, I'm doing it. And you see what my head is like, yeah. I'm like, what did the teacher say again? You're always going to get the marks working it out. I'm like, cool. So I don't even have to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know most of my grade is coming from me just trying. Bro, I promise you, when I seen the H7, I knew I got it on, like, because the H7 was like 30% up. Because we changed it. You could get like a pass with H7, you just didn't get the extra
points for
with
it.
the
Yeah,
call. So I was
remember
like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind. And I was like, when I seen that H7, I was like, I know I got 30 on the dot. Because you need to understand.
You were laughing.
I closed that paper knowing the failure that could come would be even that. And I did ordinary level Irish 06 dot. I knew it was on the dot from. Do you know what I mean? Those are two things. I was just like, I need to do this and I want to do this, but I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
and I have to do this. But yeah, shout out to the high level maths.
Yeah, man.
Nah, fuck school.
Niggas out here.
Let's not even bring that subject up. Yeah.
Do you ever? I don't know which song by Eminem, but there's also a cartoon with that. Has Nate Dogg on it. Is it Shake That?
Shake that.
Oh, the
yeah.
puppets. Where it's like
That's
these puppets.
ass like that.
Oh, sorry.
a good one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a good
yeah,
one.
Shake
You're
That
right.
was
You're
the
right.
music
You're
video.
right.
That was sick.
I just want to put in some honorable mentions for some music videos. Did you ever see the Wow Freestyle video by J. Ross and Kendrick?
Where they go slow
I
motion.
am so
Yeah.
happy you said
That's
that.
a cracker,
Bro.
man. That's a cracker.
Because you know what that video signifies for me? It's like, that is what it's all about, like just music and video wise. Like, I just want to actually make a song like that, video like that, where you're just with your niggas in your ends, and it's just like, oh shit, that's a cool place to shoot. Let's go shoot there. Do it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's and like, even the start of that, like, this nigga's hollering at him. He's like, bro, do you know what I mean? Like, songs like that, you feel the energies from that already. Like, do you know what I
And it
mean?
just translates on video. It translates on visual.
There he goes.
Hey.
and I got racks on. Spent 4 nights in the country, I like to take
No
my
riches
riches
back home.
Bitch, no racks in the big don't like these bitches.
Like your famous.
Don't think your friends on. You will be no hero.
We go school at Capital.
You will soon make
Doctor knows.
Match your back on big get that money. Oh, bro, that sounds crazy.
Nah,
Yeah, that's a crazy track.
That's a
That's a crazy track. Crazy track.
What
It's
else?
mad.
I think at the moment though, my for favorite music videos, ASAP is doing
He's
crazy.
cold.
videos.
Yeah, the DMD one's
the
class.
DMD
With
one.
Rihanna?
That was a
Yeah.
cracker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn that the way. I just need to sit down and just look at that video and then
Yeah.
probably find a
Yeah, ASAP's
tutorial.
nuts, man.
His videos are class. I was in Screw. You know Screw? Screwface?
Screwface, Babby, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So we were in the studio the other day. Well, the other day, as if it was yesterday, it was like last year. And he showed me a video for an idea, and he showed me one of the early ASAP Rocky movie songs. I think for like Multiply. Is that song?
With the screen in the back.
Yeah.
And he's like the silhouette.
I never seen that music
That's a deadly
video.
one, man.
That's crazy, bro.
That's just I think
People copied that, man.
Yeah.
For a
I
long
think
time.
ASAP Rocky, when it comes to visuals, he actually does lead. Because he's like one of the leaders. He's always
Him and
testing new
Travis,
things.
I think.
Yeah.
Lads, how have we just forgotten about Tyler here?
Gonna say it. Gonna say it, man.
How
Yeah.
have we forgotten about Tyler here?
Did you see
The
the
see,
video?
a see you again video, the dog tooth video, sorry not sorry video.
Sorry, not sorry. It's
But
my
here's the
favorite
thing,
music
though.
video right now.
Here's the thing, though.
Tyler's
Tyler-
like beautiful. They look like Wes Anderson films, boys.
Tyler's going into a different category for me though. I feel like he's and people are gonna argue, that's fine. But Tyler is pushing into Pharrell and Kanye's lane. He's not with any
I agree with
man
that. I agree with
anymore.
that. I agree with that.
Do you know what I mean? I look at the type of artist he is. Produces everything. Now he's just mixing everything himself. He already raps himself, writes everything himself. Videos, I wouldn't even be surprised if he's directing his own shit and just videos himself. Like,
Definitely.
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because it's the thing with him where his mind is so tapped, he can quite literally do everything all at once and do it well for him.
He's so
Do
gifted.
you know what I mean?
He's
So I'm just like, he's not like, even though like people are gonna make the arguments, I'm like, bro, if you look at the accolades, even just recently, like he's won 2021, he won Best Rap Album for Call Me Get Lost. 2019, he won it as well. So when DJ
Igor,
Khaled
yeah.
was on his thing being like, how
Oh,
Igor,
yeah.
Yeah, I love him
it's
chatting
not-
about that.
And I
man.
was just like, bro, this even shows why he deserved it.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, refreshing albums. They were so good. Call Me If You Get Lost was being shot on because Igor was so good. Do you know what I mean? And Call Me If You Get Lost is a crazy album.
Bro,
So it was
State
just,
Cell? You listen to State Cell?
bro.
Bro.
My number 2 album of 2021.
Yeah, it was crazy album.
That's why. Look, Tyler's the creator,
different,
man.
Tyler's
He's too
different.
cold.
That is different.
But yeah, let's switch it. Let's bring it back to home or to more natural or something close to home.
Oh, you might rustle a few feathers here asking this question.
It needs to be done. Music videos, done. So maybe I'm coming full circle with it. Because like at the beginning of this podcast, I said like I haven't been really on music videos like I have been when I was a kid. Or watching the older ones because none of them hasn't been sticking with me, right? But not recent, but for the last few years, like there's been a lot of people are dropping music videos with every single right now, especially in our space, in our community, in our scene. It's like you don't drop a single without dropping a music video. So some of these music videos, some of them are good, some of them are not. Right, some of them are literally carbon copies of the same thing. Like I'm not gonna like if I see a drill video,
I knew you were gonna say that.
I can
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
You need a bike with a bit of smoke coming out the back.
One more, give me one more.
Joints.
You need a bit of Canada Goose in the mix, man.
I'm not
Keep going.
I'm not
Drone shot.
I'm not affiliated with these man.
That's
Why
four.
not? If you want to come after these man, do not come after
You gotta
me.
get the man.
Man, the
in the
Swifties are doing
five.
more damage than these drill heads, bro.
Five.
I'll tell you that much, yeah.
You gotta get these. You get smoke. You gotta the ski mask. Man down in the background.
And you need a shot where it does that little bubble effect thing. You know
Oh,
what I mean? Yeah.
And the shaky. Don't forget the
The
shaky
shake,
cam.
yeah, and it's like
You need a zoo, fam. Someone needs to be token a zoo
Yeah.
at
Bro.
some point in the
splits, bulldogs,
You know what I'm
Canada
saying?
Goose.
I'm saying like if you've seen one,
Seen them all.
if you've
yeah.
seen one Irish drill video, you've seen them all.
But you know what? You know what though, right?
Repetitive.
Truthfully,
I
I
just
would
stopped doing
love if a drill artist just went completely left and done something crazy.
Come over to Babygirlfilms. You can go left over here.
Go on, man. That was a plug. That was a good plug. But like, can you
I saw
imagine?
one though from these American drill artists. They were like they're saying some mad stuff like killing somebody literally.
Oh, was this where they dance on the grave? Was it that one?
I don't know. No, they're
it's
literally
mad.
in a golf course.
Oh, he showed you that.
Yeah, did you show me
Yeah,
that?
it said.
Yeah, that
I need-
one.
Man.
That one is-
You seen that as well?
Yeah.
But man, that's one of the ones. It's like the song, you're like, yeah, but then when you listen to the lyrics, it's horrible. He's talking about killing people, and the people were like 16 and all, bro.
Oh man.
Dark.
You know what video I liked that I
man.
saw recently? I watched it recently. I really liked the one that you did with Jaffa in Phoenix Park.
Yeah.
Called.
You know, a little. Even for me, when I first seen it, I was like, bro, is that Phoenix?
Yeah, man. That's what I was You're like, do we live it? That's like near ends. You're like, hardly. How did that link up happen?
Even
Yeah.
that one we did for Danzy.
Yeah, no.
That's in
Do you know
Blanche.
what? Do you know where?
That
Do you know
one
where
where-
Connolly
the
Hospital
unknown
is
one?
from?
Yeah,
Oh, that video is so beautiful.
that's in Blanche.
Oh my days.
Boys,
Yeah.
link them over here. I need
Bro,
to see this.
no, that video is that a track he's gonna release as well? I've been on him for that. That song is beautiful.
I could give you the date, but I think
Yeah,
Danzy
yeah,
will do that.
yeah.
But just know it's coming. It's
working,
coming.
we're
Nice,
working.
nice,
So
nice.
that video, the one that, especially the water shot you got of Jafar's for the one in the Phoenix one where
Yeah,
he's literally
yeah.
like that. I was like, yeah, it's crazy.
Sick.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that was we literally had to hang him off. Kind of, it was like a ledge and then the lake, and I kind of had to hold his legs while holding the camera. It was a
what
bit
you did
mad.
for art.
Ah,
Yeah.
Dedication.
Things for art, you know what I'm saying?
Dedication.
So how did you get your ideas?
How do I get them?
Straight in. No
Bro,
flirting.
no flirting.
Sometimes it can be reference, like because I watch music videos like
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
telly, just let them loop, and I'll
You're a
write
student
it
of
down.
the
Shout, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just off the top of my head, man. Like it's talent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Honestly, yeah. So, but with that one, with the hanging off with the war, that's from a Little Yachty video that just came out recently. He did that with
Oh, from his latest album,
you know Cole Bennett, lyrical Lemonade.
yeah.
His
He'd
stuff's
be like
sick,
a
man.
huge. He'd probably be my biggest inspiration.
He's
Now, to
cold.
be honest.
Here's that video for Monster. I know we don't like Eminem on this podcast.
Ha! Too controversial.
Why? Why?
Man, have you not heard the Revival album?
Okay, see,
I wanted to hurt someone when I heard it. I swear to God,
Before we
man.
get this, what were you gonna say? Before we get
Oh,
to
the
that.
Monster video was insane.
Yeah, it is
class.
insane.
Yeah,
It is insane.
Okay,
No, you're not-
I don't listen to Eminem.
I think you're thinking of Godzilla, bro.
God. Does he have a song called Monster?
Wait, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
with
dirt
Rihanna.
tune, boy.
Oh, Godzilla.
Time ago.
That's
Yeah.
with Godzilla's with
Mike
Juice
Tyson's
WRLD.
in it and all.
Is that Juice WRLD?
Juice
Yeah,
WRLD's in it,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
that song. That.
Yeah.
Because Cole Bennett's the reason for a lot of artists' come ups.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely, man.
He's the reason for it. Like you wouldn't have Jack Harlow if it wasn't for Cole Bennett. Because that What's
He did
Poppin'
What's Poppin'?
Yes, he did.
Wait, no,
He did.
no.
No, he did.
I'm gonna contest you there, right?
I
right, right.
would.
I'm gonna
Class
contest you.
video.
I'm gonna contest you. Now, What's Poppin' was popping before the music.
But the music video hit that the
Yeah,
whole
but-
nother
but,
ball
like,
game.
because it
Like
was
the
popping.
song was good, and then it
No
was
pun
like what
intended.
was but the song was getting some traction.
It
But-
had the
but
traction.
No, but the traction won't.
The traction got Cole Bennett on
He,
it.
No,
he, did
people
put a
saw
lot
the
of,
video.
he did put a lot of artists on though. Like I mean,
Spotlight,
Yeah.
serious
From that
spotlight.
video, though.
even
Oh,
Lil Skies, I think.
Yeah.
have you
yeah.
seen the music video for it's a Cole Bennett music video, but it's for what's his name? Far from Florida. Ski Mask.
Okay.
Ski Mask.
Catch Me Outside.
Yeah.
That music, I watched the behind the scenes behind that. It's just like he even lost his cap. He borrowed some fella's cap and he lost it in the scene where he's hanging outside doing the Joker
Yeah.
inspirational video there.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Cole Bennett's Cole, man.
He's a sicko, man. But that's like that's another person I like to kind of tell myself where it's like he's another human being, fam. Just doing what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Have you
and
seen his
that's
studio? Have you seen his studio?
It's mad.
it's facts. We were just, and it's funny because we quite literally were watching a video on it the other day, and I was just like, yeah, this is definitely.
That's what I'd be aiming for myself. I want to build a brand like an empire with Babygirlfilms. Like I
I
don't
love
want to.
that.
I don't want to just join some media company and
Oh, you want your own thing?
I want my own thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Come on.
That's why with bringing on Olisa, like I'm trying to build, a company
Tell
on
us,
this.
tell us about your roles and the aspirations and what you do and what you've been working on. Because we've been getting little bits here and then we've been talking about our inspirations but I want to hear about you guys. Let
Do you
people
know-
know.
Do you know what I want to do? I'll talk about her role. She can talk about mine. Because I think that's a lot. Because I could be like, oh, I do this and do that. That's nice. That's cool. That's sweet. But like, I feel like for someone, because at the time when we started working together, we were already in family ties. And it was like, okay, we're already working around each other. But then it was like, we did, what was it?
I think
Was
it was
it AA Fortune? And then
It was when we started doing the skits for Unify.
Yeah.
We really buckled down
Bro.
on scripts together.
Them skips are tapped.
Yeah.
Actually,
Do you know?
mad.
And do you know what? It's funny because I remember. Unfortunately, you can even say. I remember when the idea for the first one came around. I'll be so honest. I didn't think that was gonna materialize because I remember even spitting it to him. Unfortunately, does this thing where it's like he'll listen to you, but best believe that went.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He'd be like, "Damn, that's cool." Yeah, okay, back to work. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I spotted him the first time, he heard me. I was like, okay, cool. And I even thought to myself, the idea is all right, it's like calm, but like it's only if we actually try and pull it off. And I spotted him after like a while when we were like kind of buckling down on what we're gonna do promo wise and you know all of that. And he was like, okay, let's do this. And we did it, and then it was like the reactions were like, oh my god, this is da 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 da. And I thought to myself, you know, it's funny because I looked at that skit and I was like, that was cute. Like that was actually like cool. That was so fun to like. Do you know what I mean? Because we both know.
We
if
just have
really,
fun with.
do you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
realistically, you're not getting any level of seriousness. Like, I'm mumbling. You're not getting any level of seriousness from us because it's like we are doing something we love. So if we become serious, it's a big problem because then other people aren't gonna have. We'll say, I'm not trying to be too competitive, but it's not gonna be easy for you because realistically, if we get serious, there's a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like that means it's not just we love what we're doing. It's like no, we're coming for your neck. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like we're just out here shooting what we're shooting, doing what we're doing, just simply because we love it. Like do you know what I'm saying? And we love the attention it gets. Obviously, and who wouldn't? But we also love the kind of sincerity behind people actually being like, I like this, I like that, I like this specific part of this. Do you know what I mean? Because it's nice to say that was cold.
Yeah,
That's
but when
cute,
people
fam.
come and say I like this specifically,
Yeah,
it's
sir.
like okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because then it's like you watched, you listened, and you rewatched.
Yeah,
know what I'm
good point. Good
saying?
point.
Yeah.
And that's what I like the most because then for me, I'm a person of sincerity, fam. Don't come up to me and tell me my shit is cold if you know you don't remember anything about it. Do you know what I mean? And it's not bad. Like you can come and say it's cold, but just don't.
Actually, don't. Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like you could do it, but don't. You know what I'm saying? But like on the role basis though, this is like realistically the coldest videographer you'll ever come across. I'm dead serious. I'm not even messing with you, fam. I'm a very honest man, ethical man. This is the coldest, sharpest shooter you'll ever come across. Ever, fam. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's only one Nicola. Past, present, future. Only one in existence, ever. Sharpest shooter. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm chatting about her thing, it's not because I'm working with her and I think she's cold and she's my friend, she's my family member. It's like, bro, I'm looking at her talent and look at everybody else around her and I can see that there's clearly a difference in the talent. And you ask yourself, why is that? Is it because I'm just biased and I see it that way? Not really. Like, she knows. Like, you know what's funny? I'm the hard head of the family, and it's like, I will tell you when your shit is shit. Like, I'll just say, bro, that's shit. Like, there's time and time again, I've just looked at man's work and be like, do that again, do this better. This was awful, do this better. And it's like, everybody knows that it's a pure, honest review. Because at the end of the day, if I'm really your friend, I'm going to give you the maddest criticism before the praise. Because anybody else can praise you. You're even doing it now. Like, you're like, oh, Babygirlfilms, you're cold. But like, she wants me to say, yeah, what do you think about this? It was cool. You could have done this better, though. Do you know what I mean? And vice versa for myself, because that's how you grow, that's how you learn, and that's how you become stronger. You know what I'm saying? So realistically,
But we bounce off each other so well.
quite
the two of
literally.
us. Like together, we're actually like an unstoppable force. To be honest, like,
You know what I'm saying?
we really are. Like,
Capital U.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
like Olisa is probably the most creative person I know in terms of like your poems.
capital T.
And now he's producing. He's producing music himself now.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, dabble, dabble.
Just that.
Sick, man.
But yeah, like if he comes to me with an idea, like it's obviously class off the bat, but I'll say, okay, but what about if we did this, or just change it, tweaked it a little bit,
And then
like
the idea
this,
becomes mad.
and then it just grows from there. It's just okay, well we did this and this and this, and then it just blows from there. Like that's really how we work together.
Quite
Like,
literally. I like, I think for me, it's nice when she says, oh, this is nice, let's go with this, but I don't like it either because I like a conversation. I like someone really pushing what I can do, and then they also allow me to push what they can do. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm a very, like, cautious guy. Like I don't like to speak too much to some people because I don't know how they take me in. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm around people that are family, like Nicola or whoever it is, I'm like, I can just say this straight, and they're gonna take it as straight love. It's never gonna be spun to them in a, oh, he's hating on you, or he doesn't want to see you win. It's like, bro, if I didn't want to see you win, I'd be in the crowd telling you you're cold when you're shit, fam.
Yeah.
I hate people like that. If you knew that my thing is butters, fam. That's why when people say I'm cold at this, or they like this, or they like that beat, or they like this, I'm like, bro, it's okay. There's no cameras. No. Just tell me truthfully, like. You know what I'm saying? And I always ask, just truthfully, just say what do you actually think of it? Because I'd rather you be like that and tell me, okay, it was nice, but I would have rather this. It helps me be like, okay, I could see how you could, you know what I mean? And I open that door for myself to actually expand.
Can I ask, do you want that from every person you interact with, or from
No,
a specific person specifically?
When I say this, you need to know your minerals and know your experience. You can't just step to me anyhow, like, you know what I'm saying? You can come to me and talk to me, and realistically, I will listen to you 99% of the time.
For sure.
But, like, if you're stepping to me, you need to understand that if you're going to criticize, man, just, be honest, be truthful. But the way your intentions behind a critical thought you might share with someone is so important.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Dead
Like,
right.
if you ask me,
Dead
like,
right, bro.
what did you think of, XYZ album that I just put out? You know what I'm saying? No, be honest. Like, what did you think? I'll be like, okay, I liked how you went about and did this. I would have preferred if you tried this because your voice has this capacity and da-da-da. You could see by the way I'm looking at you, talking to you, and how I'm even speaking in the tone of voice, you can tell straight away if it's love or not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just come on a love thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all trying to be friendly out here.
I have one question, right? So earlier you were saying that you do this because you love it, right? You do this because it's fun to you. But if it becomes serious, it's a problem, right? Like, let's elaborate on that. What you mean if it becomes serious?
I feel like
what you mean by serious?
everybody wants to put food on the table, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think me and Nick and Fortune know more than anyone that if you're not putting in 110, and I mean in the sense of overnights, sacrificing nights out to just work, when you should be resting, chilling, me time, it's work time. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're putting in that level of work, the seriousness, because I don't find that as serious, I just find that as training.
And we do that regularly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
And then-
light work to us.
Come on.
Yeah.
And next time, look at that. It's like, even when we're doing the rollout, and people are like, I love that people are like, why are you doing press ups when you're rehearsing?
Bro.
It's like,
I
and
love
it's
that,
like,
man.
but that's exactly what we're doing.
These man went on a hike and flipping, where was it?
I
Like,
thought-
Bray Head.
I
He
love
went on
that,
a
to
hike
be
to
honest,
Bray
yeah.
Head, bro.
I thought,
do you know what's funny about that hike?
class.
There was so many points where we should have died. Like, dead serious. There was me specifically, because like I'm a big guy, so I was like, I'm on like 95, 96 kg.
Yeah.
And we were on a hill, like, because we're trying to get to the beach. And we thought, like, okay, what's the quickest way to get to this beach? Oh, just go down. See, there's hills and stuff like that. And there's a level of ground where you're going to get to a point where there's just a drop. So we got to that point, and the problem was the grass was slipping. So, like, it was like a slippery surface type of grass. And me being a dumbass, knowing what my body proportion cannot handle the slope and the thing and the angle and whatever mathematical, like, all of that shit. I'm slipping, yeah. I'm grabbing onto the grass is ripping off.
Jeez.
None of these men can help you, because if they move, they're fucked.
Because you way more than this.
So, and they're just saying, can you just, like, they tell me to sit down, they're telling me to just stay still. I'm like, I can't stay still. The grass is fucking ripping off this yoke, fam. And at some point, I don't even know how he did it. I think it was like the fear of knowing that if I actually slip off this edge, there isn't a restart. This isn't like COD, fam. You don't come back.
Yeah.
So it was like, somehow we got back up. Like, I got back up. These men were fine. It was just me struggling. Like, and then we got to another opening where we had to use a rope to get down.
A
Like,
rope?
Yeah. It
Where'd
was
you find- where'd you find the rope? Where'd you find the rope?
It was just there. I'm pretty sure someone had the same problem and just managed to get it out. Quite literally, it was just there. And I have all these videos as well from like all those like little kind of like events we had on the hike. And it was all because I decided to go against, like, because when you get to the top of one of the hills at Bray, there's like barbed wire.
Yeah,
if anybody's ever gone, like there's like
Yeah,
barbed
barbed
wire
wire?
that kind of like tells you, this is where you turn this way.
It's mad.
But the thing with barbed wire is like you need to really make it like inaccessible to someone like me. Because if I see an opening, I'm going for it, and which I did. We just went under the barbed wire and we scaled the mountain, and it was crazy because you know when your life is like that endangered, it's like it's exciting. Do you know what I mean? It's like I can't die here. No, I really can't die because there's no restarts. So it's like you make it, and then it's like cool. You feel like a sense of pride. But yeah, we did all that just because
We had shows.
yeah, the shows. Kind of fitness, it's mad. People probably say, "Oh, just go to gym." I'm like, yeah, gym is, it does enough, but like I feel like being outside hiking can really push your body. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
But even in the studio, like in between, like someone doing a song,
Someone's doing press ups.
other three doing press ups.
Are you guys doing press ups?
Yeah,
Not me.
I was.
These lads.
These lads. Nicholas
Me.
like, camera.
Yeah. Not me.
And you know what it was like? I didn't. Realistically, I could have just been doing my thing. I didn't need to do no press ups, like because I was a performer. But I felt like with me, the type of role, because we all have specific roles in this family. Like,
I love it. Speak on this.
And you know what it is? Do you know what I love about us? Like, and people probably think like, oh, we're just the next collective, the family, this group, whatever. Cool. But the thing is, like, with any other collective, any other group, there's always been a problem of people not knowing how to play their role. At some point, someone is always gonna want to be the striker. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
At
you
some
be
point,
left back, bro. You set the back.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You sub.
I'm playing DM.
Yeah,
I even
man.
like what I'm playing. Like I'm receiving the ball from defense and just hoofing it.
And just bro. Come on.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But that's your job.
I'm not trying to counter attack. I'm breaking. I'm
You're
breaking
breaking play.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
I'm not scoring goals. I'm not getting even the maddest assist. I'm calm.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Tony Cruz type
speak on
player,
it.
Rodri type player,
come on,
silent fam.
Bro.
It's only when you watch the game proper when you see my tech.
how.
You know what I'm saying? Next one, I'm trying to say Vinicius. Like it's like okay, you got tech on the wing. You even do a skill, and then you pass back, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen, man.
I feel like everybody within our group, we just play our role like so
I love
proper,
that,
and there's
man.
no
I love
complaints.
that. I love that.
Because like I would hate to have to tell someone like you're not that guy, because it's like you are in your own field, but don't try be like the figure face of everything. It's not even like it's not even what you think it is. Do you get what I'm saying? The stress of having that whole attention on you 24s, if you are that person, is not what you want. I've seen it on other people, and I know it's not for me.
It's not for you.
That's why I'm comfortable in my position. Even when man, I'm trying to say, "Oh, I know you. You don't know me. Keep not knowing me because I like not being. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's seen family time, seen our thing, see unify, see the rollout. They understand the pattern. They see the denominators. They know who's there, and who isn't. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get you.
What we mean by getting serious, though, what you were saying,
apologies.
is like,
go off.
as we were saying, we work so hard, but again, we're just having fun. Like, it's nothing to us. And I feel like life recently has been just showing us over and over again, no one works as hard as you. Like, look at these people; they're not working as hard as you. And we don't see it as hard work, but other
we're
people
not
would
adding
be
anyone,
crazy.
but we're adding
you
something.
know?
Okay, so are you at 80%, 100%, 110%,
Ooh.
70%? Where are we?
Shout out my boy Mario. We're at 1%.
He's at
Mario, my boy, this is I call him Mr. Sunshine. This is quite literally the only man on this planet that can make me do the maddest. Like I would actually end this planet just for him, fam. Like that dead ass. Cause like you know when you meet someone in
Such
life,
a cool fella there.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how she's saying such a cool. The cool is even dragged. Cool fella. You know what I'm saying? Serious thing, fam. So imagine a nigga that actually knows. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I've lived with this man, and this is like someone that like pure love and abundance. Cause you know, like a lot of man, we grow up in environments where it's like you have to check your shoulder, even like some of your close boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is somebody that like there was never a point in my life where I was like, I don't even know about. Like there were, I think from the minute I met him, we started sharing more or less anything, like everything together. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like there was even a point where he went on holiday, and I don't even ask me how. Like I don't know. I think my card was on his Apple Pay or something. Just tapping like, and he was like, "Bro, I'm so sorry. I used it. I used XYZ." I was like, "Bro, I don't really."
See now, if it's my mom's, the next man, it's like, you use €2 on my fucking car. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but because it's my boy and I know what he's done for me, I know what he means to me. It's never a thought in my mind. Do you know what I mean? It's even them ones where it's like, just get me back with a Zoot or something. Yeah, cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, cause we don't work on you did exactly this at this time, so you owe me this exactly this and this. Yeah. It's just for me to feel like, what would I like? A spliff. Cool. Yeah. And like you could have, borrowed my car for like a month or something. Do you know what I mean? Like something, and I don't measure the favor with the return. Like it's just whatever. Like, do you know what I mean?
We're all like that though. We share everything together. Like money. You need food. Like anyone has.
And niggas have a bit of iffiness about that. That's nice. That's cool. Okay. You stay on that side and do that. So when you get to a position when you're successful in life, you make your "Where's My Real Friend" song. You remember who your real friends really were at that time. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Look at the amount of artists that have to make a real friend song from. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No friends in the industry song. Bro, I'm going to have my people in the industry. I'm going to have my family in the industry. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to ever make a track like that, ever have to think like that, because I kept the niggas that loved me from day one with me till day one ever, fam. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, my boy Mario, shout out to him because he's always told me I'm on 1%. No matter how vexed anything is, he's like, you're on 1%, fam.
You feel you're on 1%?
It's a good question.
I would have said 10. I would have said 10.
I think we'll say for the reality of it, we'll say 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But like in my head, I honestly don't feel like I'm on any level of ratings. Like the way I operate, truthfully, is if you see something artistic for me and you ask me what the inspiration was, I'm just like, I'll always say it like, there's only one of me. So you have to understand that I have been created as a perfect being to do this in life. So it's just coming from a place of perfection because I'm a man of fate. So it's only going to come from, Papa Baba up there, you know what I'm saying? So someone's... you know what I'm saying? So it's like, everything comes from that source for me. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? We can talk about it because really, do you know why I love talk about my fate because you never
just talk about it. You mate, come on, brother.
Yo, I don't even know what to say.
I like this because bro, so many people whenever I mention anything to do with fate, they do the little.
No, I actually like talking about it, man. To be honest, I'm actually respectful to all faiths. I am. No, seriously. People have.
He actually is.
Because people close their minds. People close their minds so much to religion. I'm here to pay attention and to listen. That's all it is. I don't judge. I swear to God, man. What's
I know you don't judge, but I feel like
it's in the Bible. Thou shalt not judge, right? So I don't judge anyone.
Exactly. I know you're not judging. But I know you're dying to say a few words, man.
Wow. I would love you to. I would love you. You know the word.
Inshallah. What's wrong with that?
No, but you've been trying to say it, man.
But you see what's crazy, fam? Arabic is a vexed language, fam. I be out here saying mashallah, fam. I'm like, bro, for me, because I remember when I first heard mashallah, I was like, bro, that's vexed. I was like, bro, King James, we don't have this. King James. Thou art. I'm like, bro, these men are mashallahs and inshallahs, bro.
Mashallah is a good one. And wallah as well.
Wala. You mean
what's
wallahi?
And what's
wallahi?
Wallahi?
You said wala.
See,
wallahi.
boys, I don't know the proper thing. Right? what's Sabat is another one? That's like prayer.
Oh, and there was one more.
There's a good one as well for daily practice.
I like saying dunya.
Dunya, what's that?
I think dunya is like the secular world.
Right.
See, and I could be wrong. Please do not. You know,
we're
see, Google taught me this. So if I'm wrong, I will, you know what I mean? But like from what I understand, dunya means the secular world. So I'm just like, I like just saying it because like for me, we understand the life we're living. Like there's a lot of function that goes on 24s. So you kind of have to keep your soul really like intact. Because you ever get that like really downy feeling when you go to a function and you step out and it's like, I'm really at this place with these people at this time.
It's a bit rough, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, you're not even like at any of these man. They're probably having the time of their lives being, you know, genuine good people. But for you, it's just like, this is not your people. Like this isn't your setting. You're here because your boy said it was gonna be XYZ with XYZ. It's like, all right, cool. My boy said it's gonna be, and you get that. It's just, you know what I mean?
I want to ask you a question, just in going back to like the percentage rate, but even just in regards to you guys and your work rate, and you guys have been doing like the stuff you've been doing over the past while is mad, and I can only imagine what stuff you're gonna continue to do. But it's funny when, because I remember even when I was chatting to Fortune about this, and he said it openly. He was like, say, like now he has a song with like say Jaffa. Like think about it, great track. But I remember chatting to him about it, and it's like even there's people that you look at when you enter into a scene that you're working with, or like that you would aspire to work with one day, and then you get into that same space with them. Now, not naming names, but are there people that you realize that you may have admired them, or you may be like thinking, oh, I really actually want to work with this person, and now you're at this space and you're like thinking, I work harder than them. Ooh. Like we're actually outpacing them.
See, I don't think
That was funny.
Timing on that was
yeah, it was really
like proper countdown moment there.
I feel like, do you know what I love about our relationship as well? Is like, I feel like when I even speak for her at times, it's completely exactly what she'd say and vice versa. I feel like there hasn't been anybody we needed to kind of like enter in presence wise to kind of realize that, because we always knew it, like with anybody. Do you know what I mean? I feel like when we started doing the Unify rollout, we actually stopped and looked at the work and said, yo, do you know what I mean? It was like, we are working way harder than we imagined and way harder than the standard of everybody else. Now,
And you have to keep in mind, we don't get any handouts from anyone.
Zero.
Like we don't get help from anyone else. We're doing everything by ourselves. Like,
no dome, no nothing, we're working. Hell, we're going to that supermarket or scanning those, everything from, I'm working a very, you know, frontline job, but I'm grateful, you know, the opportunities and all of that. But bro, it's strenuous as fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not easy, but we're doing it. And we're going home to do what we really want to do. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like it's easy to say it, but to really do that after a long shift, when you're tired, you're hungry, you're everything, you're frustrated, just open your laptop and be like, okay, I'm gonna edit, I'm gonna produce, I'm gonna, you know, whatever now.
Do something, yeah.
You need a mental, actual like push for that, because to come back from whatever shift you just had or whatever day you just had, it's crazy. But no, I don't think we've ever had to kind of, like, there's people I've been in the presence of, I'm like, oh, it was nice to meet you. And I respect their thing and I still respect their thing. But now, before I meet anyone, I already know I work harder than them. And if you think I'm outing you, I am. Because realistically, this is the one thing I'm always going to have complete confidence in. I will outwork you, she will outwork you, and will shit on you while doing so. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just because
That's crazy.
when it comes to this competition, yo, we know it's all love and flowers and butterflies and all that bullshit, but let's be real, fam. It's a race. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to show love to my competitor, 100%. I'll dap them up. I'll even stream their shit, fam. I'll post your shit, fam. But best believe you are my competition. End of the day, you are my competition. You know what I mean? I want to see you win, but definitely not in my lane. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it is and the way it has to be. Because
Where does that hunger come from?
oh, my mother, definitely. Vicious woman, fam. Vicious woman. And I feel like the viciousness from her was such a blessing, because even though when you grow up in such a strong-minded family home where it's headed by, like, the most traditional people, it can push you away from a lot of things, but also push you toward a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't told my mom about anything we've done Unify-wise, anything we even have planning, because I feel like I need to be essentially on, like, I don't know, RT front page type thing. For me to be to like, okay, so now I'm doing this. And I hate that it's that case that we have to, especially in our cultures, overachieve to really get our parents locked in. Like, yo, so this little camera thing you said you're doing, you're actually okay.
My boy.
Yeah. Right. And then once the WhatsApp picture has changed to you on the camera, they're telling
You're in the group
aunties
chat. You're in the extended family group chat now.
and I'm like, and that's all
bro.
cute and that's lovely, but it's such a fucked relationship, like
I hear it.
that you have to go that extra length just to be like, oh, so mom, this is what it's presentable now. It was presentable before.
Yeah.
It's even presentable now.
But then again, right? I think like with parents, they're from a different generation, man. They don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Like I know with my ma, There was loads of stuff I was doing. I was kind of waiting for it as well. I was like, oh, when are you going to be proud of me? Do you know what I mean? It was only until it was like in a magazine, like a review type thing, because that's what she understands.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
She sees as, oh, this is important.
Yeah, and to us, well, to me, it was like,
They don't see social media.
Do you
as,
know what
like,
I'm saying?
Numbers, streams,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
if
they
something
don't
gets
see
a
that.
million streams, she's like, yeah, I shy. Do you know what I mean? But if you get played on like a radio station, she's like, oh, this is the best thing.
Yeah.
You're on Jimmy
It's-
Kimmel or something.
Well, no, if you get on Jimmy Kimmel, bro, everyone's gonna respect
They're all
that.
gone. But it's that, I think that's,
Late show.
but it's that thing of like, I always think about every rapper and every person that you
Yeah,
see.
scammer man, there.
Who was that? I think it was Russ.
Tubbsy.
It was Russ or somebody one time. Or it was like every other rapper you see. I think the one thing that they always do is like, and even Key mentioned it, it's like they buy their parents a house or they buy their parents something. And it's that moment for them that they're like,
Made it.
that's the thing that cemented it for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would
It's
you get
that
your man
hunger.
if you were rich then?
What?
What would you get your man if you were rich?
When?
When?
In Jesus' name.
Come on.
I like it, I like it.
Oh no, yeah. My
Do
parents.
you know the thing with Khabib, man? Sorry, he stepped on the
asked
podium,
me
Khabib.
question,
He
left.
stepped on the Khabib, went. And I
That
love that, man.
one's from because that guy could be good. There's a reason why McGregor got dealt with from. You can't mess with a nigga like that,
He's
fam.
devout, man. Yeah.
Bro, a man of faith just doesn't chat. It's just like, bro, just know my thing. Because when I step in there, it's long.
Yeah.
And he showed it was long, fam. How's my man Connor saying, my neck nearly broke? Like,
man. We talk about this, right? Because there's some that and I respect this.
Why are we talking about Conor McGregor, bro?
No, wait. I have to say, I respected this a lot. Do you remember when your man was like, Connor, congrats on your whiskey? And then he said, Assalamu alaikum to Khabib.
Yeah.
And Khabib was like, you can't say that. You can't say Assalamu alaikum and congrat about whiskey.
yeah.
That's why I respect it, man. Because, like, that is, you're standing up for your faith there. Do you know what I mean? No, I respect that a lot, boys. And that's why I always send that word. Khabib does this, and then he points up. I think it's deadly, man.
But now, we've talked about outworking our people, right? Does it always have to be competition? And also, right, I know we can all say we can all win, right? Anybody can win. Anybody can get what's theirs, right? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In music, I think, yeah.
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 Okay.
Why not in anything else? Why only in music, do you think?
Because if you think of sport, bro, sport is very like, there's a number one, and the number two is not the same. Do you know what I mean?
It's just some of that in music as well, though.
Do you think?
Creativity.
That's
Music,
Do you want me?
Yeah, but there's award
There's only
ceremonies.
one Grammy.
I could
Just give a
blow that
bollocks
whole
about the
theory.
Grammys,
No,
though, boys.
No, but I think we're getting away from where I'm actually.
I hear what you're. I hear
I'm
what you're
just
saying. And I hear what you're
asking,
saying.
like, so if we take away the competition, right? If we take away, I want to be better than next man. I want to be better than so and so, right? What's left?
Oof.
What if, I know this is going to sound so cheesy, man. Nah, I'm not even going to say that.
Do you mean are we just in it just to beat people, like just to say I'm better than
I'm
you?
just
Like,
asking, yeah. Because this is something I'm literally been going through. Because I myself, I'm competitive to the. Like he can tell you, like when it go, I love the trash talk. Like if we're not if you can't take my trash talk, then I don't want to play. I don't want to play sports against
I
you.
like
you know?
that though.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's part of the competition, right? But I find that sometimes it can overwhelm. It's like oh, I want to be better than you, right? And it means that I think sometimes it can come across that I think I'm better than you, you know. Whereas, bro, we're all out here trying to do our thing. We're all out here trying to chase what we're trying to chase, you know. So, and it's something I've talked to a few people about, but it's also at the core of it, you can take the competition out and still be the best if you have a kind of a spirit of excellence, and that's what comes out.
so if you just believe you're the best, anyways,
You believe it, like it may look like competition, but to yourself, you're being the best version.
You
of
see,
you.
when
Yeah.
Ronaldo did it, they called that guy arrogant. So, that's what he was saying for years. He was like, "Oh, my head, I'm the best," and they're like, "He's so arrogant." You know what I mean? That's why ends always had Ronaldo, fam, because they understood that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming from a home where it was not even a choice; it was an actual like character trait that was yours from the jump.
Probably true. Like,
You know,
exam stuff and everything.
Exams,
like that.
even
Yeah,
siblings,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Do you know how many
yeah.
times, bro? My younger brother is there. My mom's telling me, "Oh, you look at what your younger brother's doing."
Oh, bro.
What am I gonna think in my head, fam?
Being
Oh,
the
like,
older one?
I'm happy for my younger brother. Like he's so, you know. I'm the older brother,
Yeah,
and he's getting
yeah,
praise,
yeah,
bro. I'm gonna even sabotage this thing as I'm trying to win, fam. You know what I mean? So it was like that, like environment. No matter how anybody might see it, you know, so many people is gonna be like, "That's social toxic. You need to heal." Like the problem with that is, it kind of saved me from being a little bitch, basically, because I felt like I would have been one of them niggas that's like, everybody's a winner. It's not the case, fam. Do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, so I would love if there's no competition, because then it's easier for me. Like, I just make music and enjoy my life. But the reason we have to come on this type of we have to come on the we're eyeing everybody, we're working hard, it's because, bro, we're trying to eat from. There's food that needs to be put on the table. If I have to bite your hand off for it, I'm doing it. Simple, fam.
Do you know what, right? Do you know what's different from you guys saying you are the best, or we're coming, we're going for, we're taking what's ours? It's because you are able to show it. You're able to
part of the workout. Yeah.
like, if you're coming and saying all these things, and all I'm seeing is a crappy video from an iPhone. You can make amazing videos from an iPhone, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm just seeing a crappy video from an iPhone, you're saying, "Oh, we're the best." I don't think I'm seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I can't take you serious. But when you're coming at us and you're showing what you are doing, you're showing that level of excellence, bro. That's where there's a difference.
And we're saying we haven't even really put the pedal down yet.
Exactly. So
You know
now,
what I mean?
this is where I'm asking where he is at, because I think I'm like, bro, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm also afraid, because I still have the competitive nature to me, right? But like, where, like, if you guys are saying you are putting all your time in right now, right?
Yeah.
But you still don't feel like you are where you want to be.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm also aware, like, what's it gonna be like when you are.
Yeah, when they're
Yeah.
take it serious. But then even when they get to that serious point, there'll be a level of where they're like, we can go further than this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have to stay hungry.
There'll never be a point where we'll be like,
You'll
we
be
tone it
satisfied,
down a
just
bit,
never
you know,
satisfied.
or we can't go harder than this. And I just think that's just in our nature to be always like, where can we go harder?
And
You know?
we need that, especially right now when what do we call this? The space, the industry, the
Space is what we've rebranded it to. Yeah.
Space. So I'm not gonna lie, we're like, there's been some dope stuff coming out of Ireland. Yo, what's up, man? No, yeah, you can drop it at the studio downstairs.
Sweet, man, sweet.
So I want to see you. So like, but I think we need this, because like, I think if you guys are leveling up, you're gonna level up the industry.
Yeah.
And
That's a
He
shout
said
out.
that, and I didn't say it, but I do agree.
We
It's a
need
good
we need
shout out.
someone to
Yeah, that
show.
is a really good shout.
We need someone to show that it's possible.
yeah,
You know, and like as I said, we're not getting handouts from anyone. Like
That's the one thing I respect a
the
lot.
majority of us
Yeah.
aren't getting any.
Majority is, but then you can also see.
Guys.
See, this is I didn't even say anything. You already knew what I meant. You already knew what I meant. You already knew what I meant.
Some people are eating with some silver forks.
So it's not even spoon, fork. That's a fork.
I saw your gold fork there. sorry.
You don't have to put that on.
Sorry, man. I looked at you. I thought you'd know. Telepathically.
Gold fork. That's crazy, fam.
Wait. But he works like he has nothing. To be fair, I'll give you that.
You know,
I was saying you work like you don't have a
I
gold
love
fork.
a gold fork though, just to have it. Like,
It's just different.
yeah, no, just to have it, because, bro. Yeah, have a gold fork.
It's not really gold, though, is it?
Oh, the real stuff are at home.
Fair.
It
Respect
actually is.
I
That's what I
respect it.
cover. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's my house.
I see it the odd time. I'm like, ooh. It's nice. It is nice.
But boys and girls, that's been a great conversation, man.
Yeah, that was a buzz,
Yeah.
man. There was a lot of really good things there.
No, normally I try to cut it at an hour, and we're looking at an hour 40 right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not
No,
mad.
but
yeah.
that's a good
People
thing.
will watch it.
People will watch it because
I
like
didn't even. Cause I'll be real. Like I was like,
What
we're
time
gonna
is it
keep
still?
going. No, not even
We can
what
keep-
time. I was like,
yeah, we can keep going.
I know.
Just
I'll
tomorrow.
be real. Like,
This
There's tomorrow,
tomorrow.
but I also we bring you on for your own part too, because there's so much we can talk about.
Yeah,
I feel like
man.
there's a lot I still haven't said today.
yeah.
If there's one more thing you want to say before we wrap it up, what do you want to say?
Because you're affiliated with a lot of things. You've do so much, even in regards to like you've been helping with the girls' room recently also.
Yeah.
The
Do
girls'
all their
room.
Shout out to the
promotional
girls'
stuff.
room.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you've collaborated with so many people. Is there can you say some of the things you have coming up? Can you mention certain things?
No.
Okay.
no.
All right, keep them on the rafts.
But what you were saying about you were like, where does the hunger come from?
Yeah.
I mean, like, my parents moved to Dublin for me to go to college, and I dropped out. And, you know, I had to convince them, like, yeah, like, this is how I'm making it through Instagram. They don't, as you were saying, they don't understand this.
Yeah.
They don't get, where are you going to get work if you don't have a degree? I'm through Instagram.
That's crazy though. I'm so
where are you
sorry.
bringing in the money? I
It's
have
crazy.
to I pay rent. I have to. Okay, if you're making money, show us. Bring the money in. You know what I mean? Like I have to do this. I want to make it out of. I want to make it out of Ireland. I want to break the cycle of living in fucking Finglas and all that stuff. Like I want to make it. I want to go up and keep going. You know what I mean? So
Amen.
yeah, man.
Yup.
Honestly, I just thought the whole like the degree won't get you. No degree won't get you a job type thing. I'm just like, bro, like.
There's so many people that believe college is the only way. I'm just saying now. It's
My
not.
ma.
Yeah, parents. Like now, there is some things you do need a degree for.
100%.
Like
If you want to be a
that's what you
doctor or a
yeah,
lawyer,
exactly.
exactly.
But I think so many people are just I
I'll
need
be
to do
so
college,
honest. You
but
don't need
you
a fucking degree, fam.
I'll say what
My
I'll say.
ma
One,
loves
I'll say
degrees,
one
man.
thing on this whole thing. Like my parents have always been like, I've always been quite academic growing up, right? And growing up as I'll go to college, do this. Like I studied law.
Oh, really?
Bro,
Where'd you study?
Bro, what?
Where'd you study?
I did law in Maynooth, and then I went.
Really?
I went to.
I did law minute. I just finished.
You went to Maynooth?
Yeah, I swear. Fam.
Bro, oh my god, I'm telling you.
can't lie.
Everyone does law.
Everyone I see went to Maynooth and did law.
Bro, I can't lie though. Fuck minutes like 100 times over, fam. Bro, you know how they grab just bare peas and just.
Bro.
I'm saying, bro, like that's you see, they're talking about Nigel 419. It's there, minute like that's real scamming. Like
When I left college, right? I left in 2015, right?
yeah.
The year before that, they said they were going to put a cinema on campus.
Come
My sister goes to Maynooth right now. Sometimes I drop her to college or whatever, or pick her up from college. I'm driving around like, yo, Olivia, where's the cinema?
Cinema, okay. Maybe in the arts building where they got like the white wall and the projector from somewhere from bro. Like
Jesus.
Minute, like, and I, you know, the thing is, I love Minute with all my heart. I love, because I met some of the, like, the best people in my life there. Do you know what I mean? But man, not college, fam. It's really just an oversized secondary school. With like a nice gym, nice-ish gym.
But a nice
But it's also like it's the town. Like everybody
Yeah.
everybody out there is like.
And the nights out after
Yeah.
the nights out, memorable. First year, you'll never forget it, film.
My brother was in. All three of us went to Maynooth. My brother.
Did he drop out?
Raf. No, Raf.
You finished?
Yeah, he finished. Yeah.
Damn, when he finished, I didn't even know you.
Raf was in Maynooth. He finished 2021 or 22.
You don't even know the amount of people that actually have a degree under their belt. Like,
But,
Yeah, no, it's
but
crazy.
you're also, and here's the thing, they have a degree under the belt, but they're not doing what
Don't
the degree
use
yeah,
it.
see,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
man.
When people tell me,
That was gonna be my landing point, and now that's gone.
Oh, man.
yeah,
But like we're talking about parents and all of that. Man, you just took all the punch out of that.
Round there, have a moment.
Sucker punch.
I was thinking, oh, here's
taking too
TikTok
long.
right now.
The plane was in the air for too long.
Oh, man, that was...
But yeah, like I got all the degrees or whatever, and I have a 9 to 5 as well. That my parents, oh yeah, that's nice. You work for this company, but like to open up Vision Hub and all that, they're actually quite proud of doing this, and they actually kind of see what I'm doing now. Like they're seeing it now, and that's because
but sometimes it takes a bit longer than it should.
it took a lot longer than it did.
Yeah.
You know. But man, I'm just saying. Yeah, like,
But you look back and you'll probably be like, now I know why the timing was like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I was like that in my life where, because I thought, and probably that's even my thing, for the people of faith out there, my brothers and sisters, my beloved, you see, when you pray and you don't get what you pray for straight away, even within a week, within 2 weeks, whatever time, I'll be real, fam, you were definitely heard, but you were ignored for a reason. Because realistically, just because you prayed for something doesn't mean it's yours. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's things that I'm getting now, receiving now, that I prayed for a time ago. Time ago. And it's only when you get it like, whoa, all of this to now get it now, I see why.
Yeah.
You're asking for peas, you're asking for a milli. You're 19 asking for a milli. You're 20 asking for a milli. Okay, yeah, your age mate has a milli, but you don't know the amount of whatever they had to go through for that.
And also, you may not be ready with that money at that
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blow through it.
Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
yeah.
Like, I used to look at artists like Baby King, like, he's in that age bracket. Like, that guy's what, 22, 23.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
bro, this guy's stupid rich. Like, do you know what I mean? He's, and of course, yeah, Kendrick's his cousin, all of that, but cool. But, like, he's got something for himself authentically. And I'm like, I always just think to myself at some points, not all the time, but naturally you would. It's like, why not me? Like, do you know what I mean? Just because it's like, you see what they're doing, you see the behind the scenes a little bit, you're like, oh, I could do that to a degree. But what you do not see is the life they have lived to even get there from.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? A lot of these man, they be talking about some mad shit in their life,
Bro,
man.
one of my favorite artists is Daniel Caesar, and like I remember looking back when I really like first got into him, the dude was homeless.
He was
Yeah.
homeless because his
Crazy.
parents were parents of faith, and they had a fight because they didn't like the music he was making.
That's a funny phrase.
They didn't. Yeah, they're faith. Parents of faith. They were just believers of faith. Yeah. But they didn't like the music. They didn't like the music he was making, so they kicked him out. So he was sleeping on park benches in Toronto.
Jeez.
Then he met up with 2 producers, and then he started bringing out EP slowly. Now the man's all clear.
You have to respect that.
You have
man.
to respect
That's
that.
heavy.
Do you know what I mean?
And that was a real life or death situation for me, because I look at that and I'm like, even with Travis as well, Travis Scott was similar as well. His parents just said, yeah, fuck you, fam. And it was like, I look at what I'm doing and like, bro, I'd be doing when I tell you, I'm ticking every single box and more to be kicked out my house, fam. And it's like, I've had the conversations, the threats, the everything, fam. Sometimes you even come back to the key in the door. You know, you ever come back to the key in the door and you're trying to unlock the door with your key? When you come back home to that struggle, everybody's sleeping. You're belling your brother. Nobody's picking.
Worst.
Bro, do you know what I mean? It's been painful, but it's like, I never actually got the boot. And I don't think I ever will, only because I think there's a part of my parents that see the determination in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And even if they don't get anything about it, the gist, the results, whatever about it, the work rate, they're just like, based off the determination, maybe
Stick around and see what happens.
just, you know what I mean?
That's my
So we can still get we supported him parents badge. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The badge.
I love my mom and dad. Like, that's the thing. Like, I feel like when you really understand what family is, like, you can damn near like proper fist fight your parents and you still love them end of the day, because you need to understand that although they wanted you, although they gave birth to you, although it was an obligation, these man could have just left, fam. Like, you need to really deep, like, nothing actually holds them from just being like, bro, I'm tired of this nigga, fam. And just do you know what I mean? Like, although it's like, oh, you're my parent, there's an obligation, there's a thing. Like, really, if they just didn't give a fuck about anything, just like, bro, cutting. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard too many stories of just mans where parents are just not there. And mine might be strict and whatever and have their mindsets and their traditions. But at the end of the day, there's a certain level of love that comes with it. Although it could be better, y'all know that we're coming up from whatever tradition we come up in. But it's like, at least they stayed, fam. Because when you really meet someone where their parents just said, yeah, fuck you. Like, really fuck you, fam. You see that your life is... you're coming home to food at least, fam. These men are going to those stores looking for what to cook. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, I'm not even at nobody, but it's just like, that for me is like, it makes me really, really grateful for whatever I have, however it's functioning. It's like, it's there at least.
Still have a bed at the end of the night, yeah.
Someone's there. Because knowing me, from I don't like stress.
Shout out to the mothers and fathers out here, man.
Yo.
Exactly.
I love us.
Bro, so we definitely need a part 2. I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna ask you one question each. We're gonna wrap it up.
See, I'm with it. I'm with it. Like, honestly, I'm in.
have a last time.
But we have one last question I want to ask you both, and this is just as you're both creatives, you're both really like setting the bar for the scene and setting the bar for what you want to do. What would you say to someone who is afraid in that moment of they've just dropped out, or they're thinking about dropping out, or they're thinking about trying to actually pursue, if it is videography, music, whatever it may be, as someone who, even yourself, has said you dropped out and you had to convince your parents, like, this is how I'm going to do it. What would you say to that person right now who's thinking and contemplating, I'm going to take that risk? Why should I take that risk?
Because, you know, if you're even thinking about taking that risk, then you know you have to at the end of the day. I mean, like, if it's a thought in your mind, don't ignore it and just keep going. Like, there's been so many times where I'm like, fuck, this is not happening, you know, like, I've dropped out of college, I'm shitting myself, like, I literally have nothing else but this, you know, but you just have to keep going and just go out there and just put yourself out there and meet new people, because you don't know what opportunity that person can give you at the end of the day. Like, you have to be confident and you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, unfortunately, to make it, and, you know, to keep going up and up. But that's it, man, just keep going at the end of the day. So that's what I'd say.
Yo, what would you say? Yeah, do a clip.
That was cold.
That was cold.
Honestly, like, see, what I'm gonna say is just gonna be like a more elaborate, more like sophisticated version of that. But essentially, do keep going. But like, actually, no, you know what? For the people that like me speaking in the poetic sense, I feel like when you are at a moment where you want to drop out, and you know that you need to, it's not even like a want anymore. It's like, I need to drop out. Like, this is draining whatever life I have left. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you need to really look at your own type of, like, how do I put it? Just look at your future, actually. Look at your future and be like, in the next 10 to 15 years, who's going to still be there and who's going to still care? I think that gives you an answer straight away. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of the time, the people that want to drop out, not dropping out when they have that little short circuit of what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, it's because they're thinking of everybody else and the perception they're going to have. What they want has been decided in their heart. But the only reason they're doing the what do I do, mom and dad are going to be like, you dropped out? Uncles, aunties are going to be like, you dropped out? Friends are going to be like, you dropped out? Do you know what I mean? And it's that kind of deters you. But once you kind of block that out and you really look at, okay, this is the course I'm doing. Do I like this course? Yes. Is it going to be something I'm going to use to do, you know, X, Y, Z in the future? Probably not. Like in my scenario, I wanted to drop out for like probably 3 years. Ever since COVID started. And that was, 2020? So I was just finishing up first year. And COVID started in March. And I remember they were like, yeah, it's going to just be 2 weeks. You go back to college. We all know how that went. So then throughout COVID, I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm opening my laptop and I'm looking at someone talking about laws and this and that. And half these laws, by the way, I'll tell you right now, some bullshit from. I'll be so real, but that's different. But I feel like if you ever have the inkling that you want to drop out, and I don't mean for the man that need to have an assignment in and they just want to drop out. I mean like for the people that really want to drop out, like they feel lost in the course, fam. You need to do that straight away. Any other day you wait, it's just more of your life going into whatever, oblivion. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't make any decision with anybody else's perspective in mind. Your parents are going to die eventually. Friends, gone too. Anybody else that you think cares about you, gone at some point in time. Sure, look, God might even say, yeah, your story's done at 40, fam. Gone. And it's like, when that person goes, the person that you wanted to do all of this for, thought about their perspective on you, thought about how they would say or react to this or that. Once they did, you just look at everything you did and like, did I really need to do that? Did I really need to stay in that course? Like, don't get me wrong, education is so important, but once you learn how to read and write, fam, just go and do something you love doing. Because I can't lie, I hate seeing people waste 10 plus years, get the course, get the degree, get the job, and then it's like, what am I doing? Imagine being 35 going, what am I doing? Not my portion, not my people's portion. And I don't want it to be yours either. So if you have the inkling like you can't be in this course, drop that same day, because you will not want to be in that loop, because it could be a year, 2 years. For me, it was 3, fam. And thank God I finished my course, but I feel like it was more I needed it for whatever, plan that God has for me later on in life than for me, because I know I had my attempts. It wasn't working out. I was like, I need to just stick it out and do it. And I did it. Do you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, 4 years of torture. Be so real. There was a time where I really looked at myself and I looked at what I was doing artistically, and I even like nearly started losing the joy and love for that just because I was so sucked into doing law. Wow. And I love law. I love law. My dad's a lawyer, my auntie's a lawyer, my uncle's a lawyer. There's so many lawyers in my family. So it's not even like it literally runs in the family. So I should be like next in line type thing. But I just looked at it and I was like, bro, this is great. But for what I could use it for and for what it should be used for and all of this and what's expected of me, the suits, the law firms, the meetings, all of that shit, that's cool for like 10 years. And then I'm going to hit 40, 45, going to have the wife and kids. I'm going to have one of them crises.